Hello and welcome to the Lega Pauper Lipsia, the 5th game day. My name is Philip and with me is Moritz.
Oh my god, you left out. I don't even know how to feel about that. Who am I today?
I think I've exhausted all English words that start with M, so from now on,
Meldet Moritz?
Could be the Meldet Moritz, yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's have it the Meldet Moritz.
Nice.
Moritz, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. For context for the people, it's currently Friday evening as we're recording this. This was the game day from last Saturday. Quite excited to watch this. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm also on Friday evening and I'm looking forward. We had a player pool of 65 people, even exceeding our 64 people cap.
Yeah, whose fault is that?
Well, people will need to find out. Probably some corruption involved. And yeah, we're going to have a huge player pool.
Yes.
I hope and I bet we're going to see some people we have never seen before. And right now I see Silvius in front of us. We know that they are playing Soul Sisters, but they are already putting on the moves, putting out some soldier tokens, putting out some bird tokens for some distraction.
Hey, you never know. I love that. I love that Silvius is here in table 1 today because I think they are one of the only people who consistently register a deck that has no archetype in Spice Rack. So it's their deck is consistently other. And finally, we get to see what this other is.
You mean like half of the mono red players?
No, they have their home, okay? They are just burn.
Okay, they're the burn decks,
yes.
Or the synthesizer decks. Okay. And on the other side, we have Erik playing Giant Wildfire, apparently. And we see Silvius with a Maltu 6, I think. Or was it even already Maltu 5?
I think this is the first mulligan.
And Erik is looking at their 3-land Kraklan Shaman Chrysalis hand, which probably makes them quite happy.
Yes, I think going blind into the matchup, good hand. I don't know what their turn 2 play will be, but having enough land drops and already a Chrysalis, and I think a Fanatical Offering and stuff, so plenty of draw, plenty of land drops, which is the most important thing. Silvius taking another mulligan here. So Soul Sisters, what is this deck, Phil? Because Giant Wildfire, we know this deck, right? Like, it's been everywhere. I also played it again on the game day. I went like 3-2. So in the player pool of 65 people, 3-2 got me to like 20-something, place 20-something.
Yeah, we saw it in the standing that actually down to place 31, there is people with positive records. It kind of makes sense that half of the field has a positive record, but still seeing that 31 players had 3-2 or better was kind of surprising to me.
Yes, it's crazy.
And yeah, I'm also a ignorant 2023 pauper player who knows Junt inside out and can tell you everything about the 75, but I actually don't know what Soul Sisters does.
I have talked to Silvius at one point, and we see like Silvius Maltu 5, I think, and now is on the play. So it's Azorius, I think. We have the deck list pulled up, and it's mostly a bunch of life gain and tokens. That's everything. So you have some creatures that can, so Field Surgeon, for example, that can tap an untapped creature you control to prevent the next 1 damage to target creature this turn. This is basically just to keep your stuff alive. And then there are the sisters, I guess. So Soul's Attendant, which is giving you life when creatures enter the battlefield. And then there are some Merfolk who can generate more tokens. There's like a protection suite of Dispel and Prismatic Strands and Spell Pierce and stuff. And yeah, in the end, what you want to do is flood the board with tokens that gain you a bunch of life and then have huge swing turns where you buff up your creatures with, for example, the war cry, I think, is it called? Where your creatures get +X at the end of turn, where X is 1 plus the number of Warcry cards in all graveyards. And stuff like that. And I think the Warded Battlements is like a wall or something, or defender that gives others attacking creatures +1/+0. And the token generators are basically Murmuring Mystic and the Schoolmaster, Stony Brook Schoolmaster. When it becomes tapped, you may put a 1/1 blue Merfolk Wizard creature token into play. But right now the board is empty, Phil. Junt is developing as usual. Land drops, maybe a spell bomb. But on the side of Silvius, there was only 2 Lorien reveals have been like utilized. So I don't know how this deck usually goes. So I don't know if this is a slow start, but at least for me it seems like a slow start because you have many early, maybe not too many, but actually not too many. Now I've seen the creatures. I thought you have many 1-drops or something, but actually you don't. You just have the Soul's Attendant as a 1-drop, and the rest is basically a 3-drop and a 4-drop.
Mm-hmm.
So probably you're building up your mana base and like you're setting up your engine. And then we have the Murmuring Mystic on turn 4, so right on time.
And tapping out for it, so kind of a risky Murmuring Mystic. But on the other hand, playing into Eric's hand, quite decent when there's only a Kraglan Shaman and a Chrysalis. So chances are decent that Silvius untaps with it. But now Eric gets to see 3-4 more cards. So cast down might end the dream of this Mystic.
And I think the Mystic is the more important creature here because it generates birds that are flying and cannot be hit by the Kraglan Shaman. So it's kind of funny that this deck produces both ground tokens and flying tokens, basically. But yeah, I think the Mystic is going to be the more important one.
And it's Eviscerators. I thought for a moment it was Cast Down, but it's Eviscerators. So Eric right now does not have an answer to this Mystic, which is probably decent to huge for Silvius. And
Silvius is already digging through the tokens.
Picking up the birds. I kind of see it as in the beginning I thought it was like a control deck where you try to survive for a long time with the Field Surgeon that can prevent damage and the Soul Attendant that gets a lot of life. But now I think it looks like more like a really robust
cast down.
So it was cast down after all.
By Mystic. But I think he drew additional cards.
Yeah. Had the Eviscerators, yeah. So I think Silvius is trying to set up for huge board states that also with the Keldron Warcry. I mean, you were used to pump effects that kill on the one turn, but this card looks like you want to swing multiple times with a lot of creatures to make it even bigger. And I would love to see like a pile of birds hitting as 5/5 against the wall of Chrysalis.
Yeah, and it's also interesting because there's no, like the Warcry, there's no like loot effects to get it into grave, right?
Yeah, you hard cast them.
Yeah, you cast them and then they're in the grave and then they make the next one back better. But another Mystic has hit the board.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side then a Chrysalis in response, so probably no removal because, yeah. Developing the Chrysalis also not the worst idea because there's also another Chrysalis in hand and as these go big. But yeah, as we said, Silvius' plan is probably either way to go wide. And I see there's a Thraben Charm, I think one of this Soul's Attendant and Off One Mind in hand. And a Warcry now.
Yeah, and I think Off One Mind and also Meeting of the Minds are really sweet draw spells in this shell. I mean, Meeting of the Minds, you can play instant speed for free.
Yeah.
It's easy to figure out a scenario where this actually works. And that's, I think Silvius will be relying on these two cards to stay somewhat on par with what Junt can do. On the other hand, Krag itself, might cause huge problems here.
Especially if there's also Krark and Toxin, because then you also gain a bunch of life and you remove the Murmur Mystic in one sweep. That could be critical. What I think is interesting is Meeting of Minds has Convoke, right? And one of the main engines I talked to Silvius is that the Merfolk makes a creature when it's tapped. So basically, by paying the Convoke cost, by tapping it, you are making additional tokens, and that's also what the Field Surgeon does. So the Field Surgeon basically has as a additional, like as a cost, tap an untapped creature, and to prevent the next damage that would be dealt to blah 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 this creature, and this can be done without any trigger or without anything. So you can just pay the cost. You can just tap your Merfolk.
So basically, Stony Brook Schoolmaster is the secret lord of this deck.
Yes, it's kind of a combo piece, I guess.
But is it the sister then of the Soul Attendant?
So I called this deck Soul Sisters because I knew. I think
you
Soul
named it.
No, yeah, because it was others. I don't think it's Soul Sisters now that I think about it, because where's the other sister?
I think there's two creatures that do this, right? What's the other one? Soul's Attendant and
Soul's Warden?
Something like that, yeah. Another one drop that gains life for creatures entering. But yeah, we see only 4 of them.
I think I named it incorrectly, I think.
Okay, so let's adjust again. We have Silvius on the left side, not playing Soul Sisters.
on Azorius Soul Schoolmaster.
Yes. Soul Schoolmasters, okay. Or Stony Brook Sisters.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, but I think this is the engine card. I think
of course.
I think Stony Brook Schoolmaster is like this is the sweet dream of the deck. This is the card that you want to pop off. You want to tap it every turn. You want to get this out of it, this out of it, and then swing with a sweet 10/1/1s.
And now you see the Soul's Attendant is already doing work, because when another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life, and that's also Chrysalis tokens. It's also Eldrazi spawns. That's everything that's entering the battlefield.
I think sadly Chrysalis is still the worst enemy of this deck, but at least you gain some life.
Yeah, it's still really, really bad, but at least it gives you like 3 life. But against Giant Wildfire, that of course is doesn't keep you alive for, or doesn't matter too much, gaining a little bit of life. But for example, against like Rally or something.
Okay, we now have Warcry in hand, and the first of these, Silvius immediately turns it around for Eric to read it.
So this is the Field Surgeon, which can, as in cost, tap an untapped creature you control, and then prevent the next 1 damage to target creature this turn.
To target creature.
Yes, this is really good, because you can literally just target any creature and tap and pay the cost of tapping a creature, and then.
If there wasn't a creature in the format that could deal like 5 damage to all creatures at once, right?
I mean, there are some funny interactions with Krark, I think, because like you can you prevent the first damage on like most important creature you have, and then they have to like put another stack, like another damage on top, and then you tap another creature and protect a creature.
But you only prevent 1 damage.
Yeah, at a time. So
if you put 5 Krark triggers on the stack, everything is gone, right?
Yeah.
Or okay, if there's 3 Krark triggers on the stack, you can use all your creatures to save one of your 1/1s.
I guess. Yeah, I don't think it calculates too well with KCS, I think. Because you have to, because it's 1 sweeper, so you have to put the prevent, you have to stack them at once, basically. Otherwise, they will resolve immediately. So you kind of, actually, now that I think about it, I think it's quite bad with KCS.
KCS doesn't work, you say?
No, KCS works too well, because you have to prevent all the damage before the first sweep is being dealt, and then they can just add another one on top.
Well, at least the birds fly.
At least the birds do fly.
But yeah, Eric gets to have a free reign with it's the Chrysalis, Krark, wildfire hand or something. I mean, they must be rubbing their hands here.
And yeah, the war cry was discarded to the refurb, so value was gained.
And now Erik is thinking about. It seemed to me like they were thinking about getting rid of it with Spellbomb. But yeah, this hand will not run dry very soon.
But I think you can do that in response, right? If a war cry is cast, you can just get rid of it with a Spellbomb because it's like XX and it's upon resolving.
No. It's X+1, so.
Yeah, but at least it doesn't stack then in the moment.
What do you mean?
Like if Silvius would cast one now, you would just crack the Spellbomb, so X is 0.
Yeah, but it
1.
X plus
yeah,
1.
Yeah, X is 1 then, instead of 2, for example.
Yeah, but I think upon resolving, it doesn't count itself anyways. Huh?
No, there's one. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyways
he
because
cannot cast it from the grave. He needs another one, which he doesn't have right now.
He doesn't have right now, and also I think the Junt player is very well set up right now. Making a lot of land drops, having still a Chrysalis on the board. The other one was removed with the Thraim Charm. And Silvius is in top deck mode. The only cards that are generating like card advantage are Lorien and Off One Mind, of which there are in total 8. So, and even Meeting of Minds.
Yeah.
So, okay, there are like 12 draw spells.
But they draw 2 cards, and yeah. I mean, unless Jan totally bricks and Silvius is not putting much pressure here, I could imagine like 5 draws that would just spiral the game out of control now.
Yeah. And I think what Silvius would need to draw is like, I mean, the engine is not set up, so the Schoolmaster wasn't found yet. So there's no reliable generation of tokens right now.
You know what's huge? Erik is playing 2 Nyxborn Hydra. Erik is on the old school list, and they have not switched to Gixian Infiltrator. They run 2 Hydras still. Awesome. I love it.
And 3 Toxins. That's also crazy.
And so that means, yeah, if he top decks one of these Hydras, these are already +7 Hydras or something, and they will help closing this out quicker, way quicker. On the other hand, Erik is running 6 draw spells, 3 cast down, 3 toxin, then the typical 10 artifacts, 1 munitions, and 20 lands. So
that's so funny. The action on the board right now is declaring attack with Chrysalis. Yeah, I block with the bird. I tap it to prevent 1 damage to the bird.
That works.
But I mean, Chrysalis is 2, right? So it still dies. So I don't know. It was just
a
for
free
swag.
Interaction, yeah. Okay, Erik is running out the landscape instead of cycling it. That's a bit unusual.
Ooh, or did Silvius target maybe another creature? So like to prevent maybe a future crack or something, like to make it valuable? I don't know.
Doesn't work. It's, I think, until end of turn. This turn, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a dire situation for Silvius right now.
Ah. Oh, yeah. Erik is fetching for... What did he fetch? Another mountain. Okay.
So Silvius drew a card. I don't know which one, but probably doesn't have any impact right now because it's still in the hand. I mean, the best card would have been a Lorien revealed, but there were already 2 cycled at the very beginning. So not too many left.
Yeah, and I mean, this is rough now because Silvius sees 1 card every turn and Erik at least 2. It's going to be Chrysalis
and 2
Tribal.
more Chrysalis in the hand. Yeah, this is hard to come back from.
And I feel like it looks like Erik is trembling a bit. And I have the feeling this is like don't let me mess this up. Like, I play like a hugely favored deck, and I'm on this position. Like, now I just want to finish it without without stumbling upon something.
Yeah, I think the I mean, to get into Eric's mind right now, right? Eric is probably playing for the first time ever against this deck. Because I certainly haven't played against this deck before. So maybe Eric is also, like, every decision Eric makes is also in the back of their mind is probably like, but what is the actual plan of the deck? Like, what can there be?
Is there a combo?
Is there like some I mean, there is like the Encore combo, right? Which is also, if you have never played against it, it's like really weird. So here you see like tap an untapped creature, prevent 1 damage. It's like, but
I mean, Eric has 5 artifacts on the battlefield, and all the creatures on Silvio's side are non-flying, and they have 1 card in hand. So like, what can happen? He can just, if anything dangerous enters this deck, he just blows up the board and then swings through with a million Chrysalis.
Yeah. Except for when it's a combo deck, but yeah.
What is happening now? He
sacrificed all of the.
Okay, now we're gonna see the interaction of it.
Yeah, and so you have to prevent all of the damage first with the first trigger on the stack.
But what happened? So he prevented the next 2 damage on this 1/1.
Yes, I think all of them targeted the Field Surgeon because this is the most important card to get an engine going.
But now this is 3. What? How big are they? 10? Yeah. No, they're 10 and 12.
I just realized, is probably the Field Surgeon, is this also a human? Probably, right? Must be. Because Off-on Mind costs mana. Yeah, so at least Lorien Revealed was drawn, Off-on Mind was drawn. So
it must be a non-human because a bird is also non-human.
You need a human and non-human, right?
Yeah, and so apparently he does not have a human.
No, the Murmuring Mystic is a human.
But then why does he pay
because
mana?
maybe the Field Surgeon is also human. And then you have 2 humans.
No, but that doesn't matter. You just need 1 of each type.
No, you need a human and a non-human. And there was no bird because bird was triggered by the Off-on Mind.
Okay, thank
but
you.
this is game 1. Yeah, I think
we got lost in discussions. All right.
Okay, Phil, walk us through the sideboard. So I let me take the Junt perspective. Okay. So me as a Junt player, there's Breath Weapon, great card to get rid of a bunch of tokens. Honestly, I would bring in my Pyroblasts because the threats, I guess, are, I mean, enemies playing blue, and the threats are like Murmuring Mystic and stuff that you really wanna get rid of probably. And the other, like the Murphy card was not even shown, right? Like Silvius didn't even show their Murphy card, so
no Schoolmaster.
No Schoolmaster yet. Yeah, I don't know. Breath Weapon, maybe 2 Pyros.
I think the issue on Silvio's side is that they have no reliable way of dealing with Krark, as far as I've seen. So all the non-flying part of their deck is in danger. I mean, they can try to prevent a toxin on a Krark with Thraben Charm, or like maybe do some weird stuff with Prismatic Strands, but I think for the most part, a lot of Silvio's creatures, and they have the Field Surgeon, okay, but it seems like Silvius already has to jump through quite a lot of hoops to prevent Krark. Now there is also Breath Weapon, and Silvius probably knows that. And so we see in the sideboard Benevolent Unicorn is a 2-mana 1/2. Whenever a spell assigns damage to a creature or player, that damage is reduced by 1. That helps a lot, actually.
Is that?
I know a spell assigns. Okay, so it's against spot removal. That doesn't help. It's like against bolt or something. Celestial Unicorn, whenever you gain life, it's like a transformational sideboard. It switches to Unicorn Tribal.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So Celestial Unicorn is whenever 3 mana 3/2. Whenever you gain life, put a +1 counter on Celestial Unicorn. Okay, so you can
That's
try to
pretty good.
outgrow the. I want to see that. I want to see Celestial Unicorn outgrowing Chrysalis plus Hydra. Then we have Obsidian Acolyte, pro black. Target creature gains pro black. I don't know. It helps against cast down, but
no.
more Spell Pierce might help in the early, but this game developed quickly into a position where Spell Pierce was bad. Standard Bearer also only against cast down.
Hydra, right?
All right. If you want to board that in against Hydra, go for it.
And Toxin.
Can you even Hydra on opponent's creatures?
I thought that's the tag, no? Because it's an enchantment, you can enchant anything.
But
Bestow,
it doesn't
look
matter.
at,
You can
look
just
at
crack
Hydra.
it down. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, Krark is kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you probably can aura on.
Yeah, I think that's in elves and stuff. I
There's
think
no
that's
way Standard Bearer is surviving Krark
no.
and then there's Veteran Armorer.
Ooh.
It's 2 mana 2/2. Other creatures you control get +0/+1. So that might help a teeny tiny bit against Breath Weapon. And probably not enough against Krark.
Yeah, I think even that, and also the 3 toxin analysis with the Krark together, like even if you kind of pump a little bit of your creature's toughness, it's gonna be tough. But
no, wait, I want to end differently on this. Like, I've seen now 12 cards in the sideboard that are protective, and I want to see Silvios board in the Celestial Unicorn that is an active, proactive threat. It's a 3 mana 3/2 that can, if you gain a lot of life, can grow the Unicorn and have something to win the game. Because apparently, if they're on 1 card in hand, wiggling it out, they're going to get slaughtered by Jund.
Yeah, I do think so too. Like if the first 4 turns are just cycling Lorien Revealed and making land drops, I don't think that's gonna win the game here against Jund. Because if Jund gets to set up early, I wanna see a Spell Pierce on a Wildfire.
Yes, please.
So I wanna see some engine disruption early on to deny like the Wildfire, because here we also see like the first turns are not so explosive from Silvius' side, so some minor disruption would be really good. And one of the things we haven't mentioned yet is there's one very special counter spell in Silvius' deck.
Not even one, it's 2 copies.
2 copies. What is that?
It's 2 copies of foil.
Damn.
So if things go wrong and opponent thinks they can do whatever they want when Silvius is out tapped, no, they can't. The problem, yeah. I mean, I think Silvius is fine playing with empty hand. So foil plays right into this plan.
Yeah.
The board matters, right?
Yeah.
Not the cards in hand. The grave matters to some degree with the battle cry, but
You discard the Prismatic Strands
for value,
for value.
then for tempo even, and you can activate it. That's how you get the Krark as well. With the Toxin on the stack, you foil Prismatic Strands into the grave. Then you can flashback it for free to also mess with the Krark. That's how you resolve these situations.
You tap your Schoolmaster to pay for Prismatic Strands and
make a 1/1
and get a Wizard Merfolk,
which then you tap to get Meeting of Minds to draw even 2, and then you even outdraw Jund.
Yes, I think it could go down like this.
It could go.
It could go.
It could go down like this.
Yeah.
Let's see if it will.
Jund mulliganing 2/6, and we begin. Tap and go. So Silvius is already getting blue source down, which is really good, because now the threat for like a Spell Pierce is online. But instead, Silvius already deploys a creature, which is the Field Surgeon. So
the good old damage preventer.
Yeah. So the damage preventer is already down. I really hope that Silvius gets to draw the Schoolmaster very soon.
And Silvius already has Murmuring Mystic and at least 1 land drop blocked with Lorien revealed. And Eric, I've seen a Chrysalis in hand and a lot of lands so far.
So Silvius bringing down another card to read.
That's the guy on the bottom, I think.
Is it the Veteran Armorer?
I think it is.
From the amount of text, it checks out. So
It's a white grizzly bear that has other creatures you control get +0/+1. So the protection piece is already 1/2 now.
yeah.
Oh, and Hydra. Erik has Hydra in hand. That was
Okay, there's a in
another chrysalis.
Ziv's hand. There's a Warcry, another land drop, a Mystic, and a Lorien revealed. So no Schoolmaster yet, but still land drops without cracking the Lorien, which is also good.
And Erik is in the typical Junt mode. He's been thinking in this position for 20 seconds about making this land drop. Because he needs green on his fourth turn, so he needs to fetch something.
I get it.
And he was thinking about probably having like fetching for green and also have 2 mana up to probably Eviscerators or Cast Down on Silvio's turn. And I wonder if Silvio still has Spell Pierce in deck. Because this is like the last point where it's relevant.
Yeah, because now it's gonna fetch for 2 lands. There's another untapped source in Erik's hand. So the Chrysalis will come down next turn. The first of many. Yeah.
Probably, yeah. And we have Lorien Warcry.
Yeah, but that's nice. Is there like, if Silvius has 1 more land drop, that's a good Lorien. And also on the turn where the enemy is tapped out of color. So, Pyro top deck. So, but Erik is gonna go for the Chrysalis. Come on.
I think if.
But I mean, 1 mana of Lorien is kind of, if you think about it.
You can kill the Mystic.
And that also.
I think that's what you go for, right? Yeah. I mean, there is no rush for Erik to deploy these Chrysalis.
He's already on 16, bro.
Now we're back to life total. We had that on the last episode. Check out episode 4 about life totals. We're not going to go into it now.
There's a land drop, and there's going to be a Lorien now. Maybe, if Silvius is brave. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, with 1 Pyro gone, that's a sweet line. Okay, so now...
Oh, there's a unicorn!
Now they both have a full grip.
Yes.
That's awesome. The beatdown gets going. And what's Erik going to do with their mana? Cycle a land. All right. So they had 3 landscapes in hand. All right. But now surely the Chrysalis are going to come, right?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a cast down. Yeah. And another Volt. So even having a land drop. So land drop and leaving a black mana open with the spawn together. Like keep open a cast down. Why not? Or just deploy your tapped source while you're not under any kind of pressure.
And do they have Duress in hand?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So that's cast down, okay.
I think this is kind of a deck, a matchup where you could board Duress, definitely. Because there's like so many spells in the opponent's hand. But I think you don't really need to fight the hand if you have such an easy time fighting the board.
I mean, Erik probably doesn't know whether there is a combo coming.
Still, that's true.
Unless they are more prolific about the format than we are. Oh, Schoolmaster.
Yes. We got it.
Schoolmaster.
We got the combo.
Schoolmaster sitting on its head. And, oh, yes.
But the problem is there's a cast down in hand of Erik.
But now Meeting of Minds is online. So the first part of the plan we might see here at some point.
Raven Charming the Chrysalis.
That's super risky. No, it's not. Erik is tapped out.
Yes.
That's pretty safe.
Yeah, I mean, it's a safe kill. And if you want to, like, aggro push a little more damage. And sometimes Junt has these situations where the 1 Chrysalis really is the Chrysalis that needs to stabilize the board. Like, you're basically challenging your opponent. Like, Erik has 4 cards in hand. It's like basically, hey, you need to spend your next turn digging for more Chrysalises. or Krags or breath weapons.
I'll frame it differently. Hey, you have done nothing on your first 3 turns. What is in your hand? Let's kill this chrysalis.
You have cycled the land. You probably flooded. You started with landscapes. Like
There's definitely no draw spells in Eric's hand, so it must be lands or creatures then, or removal. Okay, so it's the combat line. I was wondering whether Silvius would keep up these creatures to play Meeting of Minds later on to get a 1/1 going, right?
Yeah.
But apparently it's the aggro.
And
so
there's
yeah, you're probably right. I think Silvius is or like betting on or hoping on that there is no more. board
probably
presence.
have to pray on that, right? Because your hand, I mean, it's not super slow, and you have like a part of the combo assembled basically. But yeah, if you face any kind of removal, you're basically set back. So you're betting on these 3 creatures now to power through, I guess.
And I mean, it must be golden times for Silvius, right? Because the next Lauren set is gonna come out. It was already spoiled that there will be merfolks, right? And these merfolks, they always do this. Whenever things get tapped, you get this. So maybe Silvius gonna get new cards here.
I don't know if the shell allows for that. I think it's only this is already like the token generator for being tapped. I think that's the only thing that really matters.
Yeah, but what if there is a new one that
What if there's 8?
whenever it gets tapped, it makes 2 1/1s?
Oh, that
Or 2 Eldrazi spawns or something.
yeah. This is not a Modern Master set. Calm
Okay.
down.
True. Maybe you draw a card or something. There is one, but that's a rare.
Yeah.
I've looked at Azorius Merfolk a lot for Commander.
Okay.
Check out Tolarian Community College for more content.
I don't associate with Commander players.
Well, Tolarian Academy has actually made a nice video on Pauper lately with Gavin Verhey, Paige Smith, and Andrea Mengucci. So might check that out as well. So what's happening? Nothing changed on the board. We've been talking about everything in Commander, but
Yeah, there's not much happening. I think Eric is
playing for a draw.
No, I think Eric. I don't know what Eric is doing. Eric is considering the cast down, probably, because there's only 1 blue mana open.
Or the Chrysalis.
And Eric maybe doesn't like really know if there's like real counter spells in the enemy deck. So maybe remove the piece that you think is the most critical right now. Yes. That was, I think, the idea. So even a Spell Pierce doesn't... yeah. And now the combo's assembled. Yeah, I tap this to prevent the next 1 damage. I make a Merfolk. It dies.
Well, it did its job.
It did its job,
It
kind
made a
of.
Merfolk.
It made a Merfolk.
It made a student or something.
So now I think Silvius is gonna have
2 battle cries now in hand.
yeah, but not really the board for it, no?
Oh, the unicorn.
Yeah, but the unicorn needs life gain.
And
Which
you
is-
need the only the soul's attendant does the life gain, right?
Yes.
Oh no. We need 8 sisters.
I mean, there are, I think okay, so I played against Silvius a while back in our locals, basically, like in our regular playing days. And I think they played Soul Sisters, which is, I think, Orzhov, maybe?
I think last time I saw the deck, it was also an Azorius shell, but don't count on that.
So
But the hand is decent, no? It's like it has Meeting of Minds, it has the 2 pump spells, there is some clock, there's only some defense.
I mean, there's another Mystic now, so we're getting somewhere. So the board widens a little bit, which is nice.
And now imagine if there's no answer for this Mystic and 2 more turns down the line, these birds become pretty scary attackers.
But I'm not sure if there's like... Mystic is really good if your deck comes along with a lot of cantrips, right? But there's just not so many spells you can cast that like cantrip or like search for something. So the war cry you only want to do proactively in a turn where you are already wide. I guess you only have draw spells, and so you have the meeting of minds, off one mind, and Lorien, which kind of trigger the Murmuring Mystic.
That is true.
And there's 2 Hydras, right, in the hand of Eric right now.
Mm-hmm.
So no Krark has been found yet. And I think the Hydras right now, don't really do much. I mean, you could, when you're at 10 life, so the war cries are actually relevant. So you cannot really attack with the Chrysalis, and you cannot really like get rid of your spawns so easily yet. So probably you're digging for removal. And once you have eliminated the threats, then you can like equip 1 Hydra and swing for 2 turns and GG. But Eric has to find that first, because right now there's only 2 Hydras in the hand, which don't do a lot. Maybe you cast 1 as a backup for now, like without Bestow, or Bestow on a spawn or something. Okay, one of the draws was a breath weapon. And currently Silvius is tapped out of... there's 1 damage that can be prevented.
Oh, but everything has +0/+1.
Yeah, but you have to then prevent the one that gives that, because this has only 2/2. Because every other creature. So you have to prevent the damage on this creature, basically, so it survives the breath weapon, so the others survive the breath weapon.
Yeah, so you lose the bird and the protection guy.
No, the protection guy is a 1/2, I think. So it's a 1/3 right now. I mean, it's 2 mana, come on.
Yeah, but this is
it's a 1/1!
It's a card that's 20 years old.
Oh my god.
Pesky humans at that time, or like, were just 1/1s.
This is not even a 1 mana artifact, 2/1 flyer that makes the enemy discard.
And Phyrexia Unspoiled, or whatever it's called, it would have been a 1 mana 1/2 with this effect, of course. But it's other times.
Oh man. Peter Parker would be a 1/2.
I don't even know what that reference means, but
oh, good for you, man.
Can you speak an Omen Paths language? I mean, there's children watching, come on.
True. So another Chrysalis hits the board, stabilizing even more. And
is this gonna be a draw, Moritz?
I mean, Erik is up 1-0.
Yeah, but if Silvius wins, this is a draw.
If Silvius wins, this is gonna be a draw. But there are 2 Chrysalis on the board, and there's no hard removal besides Thraben Charm with the 2 off in the deck of Silvius. And I think 1 was already used, no? So now it's the time. Prevent the damage. Come on.
Yeah, of course. No.
Wait, does Field Surgeon not work how I think it works?
It doesn't give itself.
Prevent the next 1 damage to target creature this turn. I think you could have protected one creature.
Yeah, the pump guy.
Yeah. In this situation. But I don't know what is going on through Silvius' mind right now. Maybe Silvius sees the 2 Chrysalises and thinks like,
I want to get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'd rather make this a quick one than fight these 2 Chrysalises.
I want to get coffee or something.
But come on. Unicorn.
Yes.
And sister trigger on the stack. So Unicorn is going to grow.
Celestial Unicorn. That's a new card. That's from the Thingy Bingy set. I'm really good with these names. Like one of these crossovers, but one that people love. Not one that people hate, right? There's crossovers that people love.
But is there a copyright mark on the card? No.
No, what's the set? What's the
I don't know sets, bro.
Oh, man, it's this D&D whatever.
I don't know sets. I only know the sets I hate.
Like the one...
And this one I didn't hate.
Where you pick to be a character, like a bard or something.
You mean, you mean D&D probably.
Yeah, but what's the name of it?
You can click on the card and then maybe it says. Adventurers in the Forgotten Realms.
Oh, okay. I've actually never gotten to that one. All right, yeah, we have it. So a new card. I think it's pretty
okay,
pushed.
so Eric did board actually duress. And now a Warcry is gonna get discarded.
It's actually helping at least on mana.
Yeah, but I mean, now Eric is checking Warcry and another Field Surgeon, I think. And I mean, if Silvius top decks another Schoolmaster, then this actually has some legs, I would say. Because then every Murpher coming in gets alive, pumps the Unicorn.
Yes.
And the Unicorn is gonna get larger than the Chrysalises eventually.
Yes. Until they all get...
And they all get Krark Toxined
Yes.
in a single sweep.
But at least Eric has no draws. I mean, 2 Hydras are still pretty good, but at least not insane amounts of mana.
I think Eric is feeling safe enough now to probably bestow one of the Chrysalises and swing with it, you know. Why not?
Yeah, just finish it, right?
Yeah, because like you see the hand cards and it's only one spell that right now pumps like
But this is
+2.
not how Hydra works. He tapped 5 mana and this Hydra is not a 5 plus counter Hydra. What is going on?
I don't know. I don't see the.
Can we skip back? But this was a X's 3 Hydra.
Did he sack the spawns at some point?
Maybe they were
Yeah.
left over from the breath weapon. Okay, you're right. Okay, so I don't know. It looked a bit like Silvius was done with this.
Yeah.
Not fully over. Like you can jump this to survive and then top deck Draven Charm and keep playing for 2 more turns.
Yeah, but I think just from the decks how they're set up, I think this is for Junt. This is really just play it out and you will win. Like every card that you have is so good, and then you have a bunch of removal. That good sweep. You have solid sweepers. You have solid board state stall creatures. Like this is. I think this is very Junt favored.
I mean,
But
you have 6 sweepers. That's the that's the main thing. Yeah.
But thanks for playing, everyone. Also, Silvius, love that you like brought your brew that you're like constantly evolving, because we rarely see that on these sweater tables. This was a very interesting game 1 to start with. Of course, I'm also glad that the Junt Wildfire, has been
took down the homebrew.
claiming victory.
Okay.
Even without
Yeah, very proud of John Wildfire right now, everyone.
No, it's like John Wildfire is kind of the bully in this situation.
Really.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't cheer for the bully. And I guess we see you in the next one.
See you there. Welcome back to round 2, and we see Eric keeping his seat and now facing Pitt.
Ooh, Pitt, let's go!
The number 1 seed of the league since day 1.
Yes, check out our standings on Lega Pauper Lipsia.de/standings. You can see that Pitt in the past game days had quite a streak. And I mean, we have featured Pitt on the table quite a bunch of times.
Yes.
On the top table. And by now, if you have been following us for some time, you should know what the deck is.
Otherwise, check out match day 1 where Moritz explains it in a 5-minute
monologue. So you weren't happy about that, huh?
No,
okay.
I am, because now we can always refer to it.
And I don't have to do it again. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
You don't have to do it again.
Okay. I already pulled up the deck list. I was about to start, but no. Yeah, look at the first game day where Pitt was having a great time. So currently they're doing the mulligan, so it's Junt Wildfire against Inside Out combo, and as we know, Inside Out combo can be really, really, really fast, but KCS kind of a big card here for the matchup for Junt.
If you have it quick.
If you have it quick, but I mean you just need to play it turn 1 easy.
What I wonder is whether Erik knows Pit, so whether Erik knows what's coming, and whether Erik knows the insides of this kind of quirky combo deck that Pit is running. Because Junt has counterplay, but it's you kind of have to mulligan to it, for example.
Yeah.
And I wonder whether Erik is doing that already, or if the game 1 can be open to Pit's surprise attack, for example.
Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting. Both are start on 6, because Pit always playing the same deck. So if you know Pit, you know the deck. But I don't know if they have met before, or if Erik has watched our videos, maybe.
And there's Kraglan Shaman in the hand.
There's a KCS in hand.
And also Refurb, which I think is really decent.
Yeah, also really good.
Okay. So, yeah, we see Pit developing with Brainstorm. We've seen the Squadron Hawk interaction. That's quite sweet with Brainstorm to get more cards in hand. Play the mid-range game to some degree.
Play the inside-out mid-range game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it against Fairies, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Slam Murmuring Mystic and...
Oh, true. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
I just have severe amnesia.
And wow, we have Toxin and Krag in hand on Erik's side. I see a land, a offering, and the rest, and a refurb. Yes.
So I don't know if Erik is gonna make a proactive turn 2 play here, like just for example a Wellspring or a Wildfire. I don't know even if the hand allows for that. Decides against it. So Pit is gonna search through some more cards with an impulse. Yeah, probably Erik will be fetching for black in the end step, because then you have basically your most important colors assembled. So going with a Ponder. Yeah, Pit is like really... Pit sees a lot of cards right now. A lot of cards. And there's like a Tribe and an Ash Barrens. Or like, no, is it Ash Barrens? No, what is it? What is the land that fetches or something?
Escape Tunnel. Oh no? You mean another one?
I think there's also another one. Yeah, Ash Barrens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Pit needs still the white source, right? Because without white, there's no...
Maybe that's what they're digging for.
Yeah, possibly.
But I mean, on the other hand, it's also fine for Pit if the opponent gives you time to develop 4 cantrips. Why not?
But still no white source.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Erik is now fetching, probably for the swamp.
But they're probably also digging for the rest, or did you see they have Tribe and Inside Out already?
Inside Out? No, I don't think so.
So they're digging anyways.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I mean, as a Core Guides player, you don't want to waste Brainstorms without Squadron Hawks, but maybe the logic is a bit different. If you have a combo kill on turn 3, maybe you don't need 1 million cards and 1 million Squadron Hawks.
I think playing not like a control Core Gates deck in this...
It's value lines, not
value
control
lines. Yeah, but you can afford them. But here you want to like kick in the opponent's face on turn 3.
So what are these cards? Now it's Wildfire, right?
No, it's still Krag, Bridge, Refurb, Toxin,
Offering.
Offering.
And in the middle, the 2, what is that? The 2 in the middle.
I should know these, but I don't. So there's gonna be
Refurb.
2-mana Refurb. So
Pit checks. Pit
yeah,
checks
always
the artifact
do
count.
that. Always do that, because usually it costs 1
So Pit wanted to
to make sure
you can also play Krag. You know? No worries.
Yeah. Oh, how many times I wildfired my own bridge and then failed to find? Oh.
Because you didn't count to 6.
Yeah, because I need a calculator to count to 6. No, it's even worse than that, Phil. I have counted my lands, but I just haven't looked at what I have in my hand. And so by fail to find, I even revealed that I still have a land in hand. And I did that multiple times, and every time I did it, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
And I mean, that's one thing, like, Junt gets a lot of hate because it's, it's so busted. It can be oppressive with having angles on everything, super powerful cards on 75 slots, but you have to maneuver this beast.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, everyone who hasn't played the deck, you're only semi-allowed to hate it. Check it out, it's tough.
Squadron Hawk. So there are more Squadron Hawks to be found. So Pit is now, filling your hand is the first step maybe to assemble combo, but maybe, I don't know, in Pit's mind, you know that every turn you give the Junt player is one turn closer to finding a Krakland Shaman, right?
Yeah, now we're back to the Brian Borrow Intruder question we had on the last video. Like, how does this work? I'm not gonna wrap my mouth about it.
I got a follow-up.
You go.
Yeah, I asked Pit, and Pit said, Brian Borrow Intruder kills it.
Yes, and okay, yeah. So Milan apparently knew that. I think Milan kept a lot of Brian Borrow, even over Counterspell. But how is it with Krak?
I mean, Krak deals the damage. Come on, that's way more
Clear.
Straightforward. Yeah.
So
it just deals 1 damage.
Once it's switched, then every Krak damage kills the tribe.
Yes. So you probably have to rely on your prismatic strands, or you just counter with circular logic. Does circular logic counter anything? Because then you maybe just counter even the Krak just coming down on the battlefield. And getting rid of 1 card for that is probably worth it.
Sorry, I couldn't follow.
In circular logic, does it counter every spell? Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so maybe you just have to keep the Krak off the battlefield, basically.
Yeah, I was wondering whether
at all costs, essentially.
Whether Eric is aware that they kind of want to resolve that Krak, because I mean, Pit can wiggle with prismatic strands,
but there's no spot removal, right?
Beside that, maybe Blacksmith's Guild does something, but
the Blacksmith, maybe he's digging for that, because you can proactively cast that.
That's indestructible, right?
Yeah, you cast that on your tribe first, and then you switch it. So, but it's a one-off, so.
And that works, because then you can pump the toughness before Inside Out. But that's a one-off in the deck, so still, if Eric resolves Krak, there's basically no downside other than Pit knows that he has it.
Yeah, but Pit also has the escape tunnel down now, so I think maybe Pit is actually playing for I have this exact one out, basically, and that is putting it down, protecting it with a Blacksmith spell, or Pit is just not finding their cards. Could also be the case.
But this must be tough for Pit. Like, I wonder, I think if we would ask him, then maybe he could tell us more lines, because then only the singular Blacksmith skill beats a Krak at all, right?
Yeah, maybe
And that's rough in game 1 against both Grixis and Junt.
I think game 1 game 1 is really tough, I think. And the following are not much better, maybe.
You get Blue Blast.
But I think Krak is like really tough.
Hydroblast help a lot.
Yeah. So let's see. There's another. Eric's still holding onto the KCS and developing with another refurb. But Pit is totally chilling on 20 life, just cantripping away, digging through the library. And there's like the white. Maybe he's also digging for another tireless tribe, so he can like just have replacement immediately. Okay, so there's a Dispel and a Brainstorm, and I think you take the Dispel for the Toxin.
Or for cast down.
Or for cast down?
Or for eviscerators.
No. No.
You mean Pitt is not gonna play mid-range?
Nein.
Alles klar.
Pitt is gonna only protect his beautiful foil.
Okay, so now everything is set up. 3 mana open. A graveyard full for circular logic.
Yeah, and Eric now, I don't know if they know what the card does. So they are now, like this is the first time a Tireless Tribe has hit the battlefield in this game. So probably he's like thinking, this is sus. But yeah, as we already established, there's an escape tunnel, so even playing the Chrysalis is doing nothing. You really have to get rid of it. Or like you have to deploy something that can get rid of the Tireless Tribe now. Because other than that, there's like a kill incoming in the next turn for sure.
Do you see Inside Out in Pitt's hand?
I just assume that Pitt has it by now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a 4-off, right? So, and he, I mean, Pitt has seen I don't know how many cards. Yeah. So, but now I think Pitt is in a good spot. If Pitt also has a circular logic, then you cannot even deploy the Krog.
Mm-hmm.
That's like really good. That's why you need to resolve the Krog ASAP in this matchup. Because a circular logic now is, hey, please pay, I don't know,
10.
8 mana that you definitely do not have. So I think Eric will realize that, and he will cast the KCS now. And now it's time. Pitt, do you have a circular logic? Because now would be the time. Given that Pitt has enough cards in hand to then still kill.
I think it's 5 or more, right? And Inside Out does draw a card. That's so insane.
Ooh, okay, Pitt let it resolve. That's interesting. So
that means probably Blacksmith skill, right? But that doesn't even work.
It does work.
No, because you put it on the stack and then
you
defend with
yes. It still has like a bunch of toughness before it's getting switched. So
that's true.
Okay, putting down Chrysalis now.
So that
keeping the black mana open.
Basically means that Pitt has Blacksmith skill, right? Otherwise
I wouldn't have let resolve, or doesn't have circular logic. But I think they have circular logic in hand, and also now keeping 1 black open, so the dispel is 100% gonna feed into the toxin at some point.
Brainstorm. So see, there is maybe not Inside Out in hand.
But come on, so many cards. That's so unlikely. But I mean, yeah, it's technically possible. You're right, but
that's more than technically possible. I mean, it's 25 cards into the deck. It's unlikely, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so Pitt searching for another land, thinning out the deck, clearing the brainstorm. We will hopefully see if there is an attempt to be made soon. The standard toughness of a Tireless Tribe, by the way, is 1. So you can also tax kind of the... I mean, you don't have to, because you can realistically wait until the enemy is like deploying the combo, but you can also, if you have multiple Krogs, just tax the cards in hand by just activating a Krog for fun. So untap for the Junt player. No need to do the toxin analysis.
Krog, right? Then you lose the Krog.
Yeah, but that's why I said, like, if you have another backup or something, like, you can just clear the board, because if you have a Chrysalis on board, you realistically have a clock with 2 reverbs. So at this point, if you would have a Krog, I would honestly just clear it and move on with life.
But you probably can't. It's this thing, right?
No, you can tax the cards in hand, right?
But you trade a Kraglan Shaman for 1 card in hand?
No, you lay 1 more on the stack, 1 more on the stack. They have to discard each time for each Krog activation, and then you just put 1 more, because at some point it's gonna like strip all the cards in hand, right? So I think the Inside Out player cannot really realistically afford to lose too many cards with no combo.
That's a line I didn't think about, and it's a really strong line.
Yeah, I mean, if you have, because you're playing like 3 Krags, so the chance of it being like having multiple ones is like rather high.
Yeah, and also if you take 5 cards out of Pitt's hand, there's no
Yeah.
way he's gonna combo,
Exactly.
and there's no way he's gonna develop. So it's,
Yeah. And you are
it's
Junt
amazing.
and you have already stuff on the board, so also Erik might wanna dig for a next spawn Hydra that can just bestow for the Krag for like a really small amount. You can also do it with the map or something. Like you just basically have to pump your Krag to 2 toughness, and then you can also activate for fun.
Yeah. And I mean, at that point, Pitt has to let the tribe go.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening. You trade a bridge and a Krag against one tribe, which is okay probably for Junt, but also not amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the Krag on the battlefield
is way more valuable.
I'm surprised that it resolved, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also surprised that Pitt lay out the tribe. Maybe he's baiting something, but he didn't use it in the last 2 turns. Maybe he just wanted to test the waters or something.
Maybe Pitt plays this prismatic strands line where you just, if you activate, I'm gonna discard strands, and then you have to activate on top of it, and then I'm gonna activate strands. So strands is kind of getting 2 Krag activations at once, because you discard only 1 card, and they have to do 2 triggers to like get rid of it in a way. But yeah, I'm not so sure what the line is. I think Krag is just such a powerful card in this matchup. So, okay, I think maybe Pitt is going proactively for it right now. So Pitt is discarding a Prismatic Strands to pump the Tireless Tribe. So now it's Erik has to decide.
I think didn't he discard hand size? That's what I thought.
I don't think so. Because now its Wedding Invitation is cracked. And I think Erik doesn't know what's coming. Inside Out is being cast. I think Pitt thinks about whether to lay 1 more layer of protection onto the by discarding 1 more card or something. No, Inside Out is being cast. So Pitt really goes all in now, because Inside Out, I think he now realizes, hey, now exactly. This is the line, because he wanted to cast Inside Out, but of course you cannot do that before your protection from red damage, right? Yeah, now basically Pitt has to counter that with the Dispel.
But what does it do?
You have no... what does it do? Then you have to just put in 1 in activation. So Pitt has pumped the Tireless Tribe once, right? So you need a lot of Krag activations right now. So now as Pitt tries to protect from red damage by casting the Prismatic Strands. So this basically makes the Tireless Tribe, I guess, indestructible in a way, to at least the Krag. Mm-hmm. It's already unblockable because the escape tunnel has been cracked. So the only thing that Erik can do now is give it Toxin, so 1 Krag activation equals 1 killing the tribe. Previously, you would have to need a lot of Krag activations to kill the tribe before the Prismatic Strands resolves. So you have to counter the Toxin analysis, because then you now need, like, I don't know, how much? +4, right? So you need 5 Krag activations now to kill the tribe. And that's only because he led the first...
Yeah, I don't get it. Why did this first?
Probably because Erik doesn't know the deck. Because, like, the first activation of the tribe, you already have to react with a Krag, because otherwise it's gonna go downhill from there.
Maybe he was relying on Toxin and didn't think that Pitt plays this spell.
Also could be the case. Yeah, but now that the stacks shenanigans are resolving...
Yeah, now it's over.
So he's laying 1 activation of Krag. But the tribe has already... I mean, it's already been pumped. I think that's now what they're discussing about.
Yeah, and also probably Erik doesn't know yet that once Pitt switches the toughness.
It stays like that, yeah.
But that's the strands for, right? To protect red damage for the rest of the
Yeah.
turn, yeah. Okay.
So Erik is gonna throw in 3 more in hopes, or like 4 more or something. Probably in the hopes that this clears the thing, but then Pit is gonna just discard 1 more card. And the tribe's gonna live. And then Erik is gonna be like, I don't have 26 more artifacts to sacrifice.
Yeah, this is the last activation. No,
Yeah.
1 more after it, but yeah.
Yeah, but
You discard 1 card.
you discard Squadron Hawk. And
Now it's 9 toughness.
Now it's 9 toughness, and Erik probably says, I mean, as Erik, I want to see it now, right?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. Yeah, now Pit is going to be explaining, like, no, it's pumped a lot.
No,
Like,
it has
actually
9
a
toughness.
lot.
No, it has pro red. No, it's unblockable, and no, now it actually has.
I think in theory the Chrysalis dies, but I think it doesn't matter. Because there have been 5 activations, right?
Does Pit have enough cards to deal 20 damage? Probably.
Yeah, there were already 2 discarded. Come on.
1.
And this cantrips, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's already 9-1. Yeah.
And then there's
Boom, boom, boom. Dead.
you do the calculations.
Yeah, it's over 20 damage.
And Pit doesn't show the last card. I love that. Oh, Pit. Nice. Don't overdo it.
Why would
Put
you?
the last card face down. Yeah, that's game 1. I think now Erik knows how the deck works, and hopefully Erik knows that. Oh, it was a circular logic Pit kept until the end. So that was his whole idea.
To keep this information.
Yeah, to keep the information of circular logic. Because that, honestly, that is a card. Come on. That is a card that is not seen so often. So, sideboards. What would you bring in as Junt?
Okay, so we have the typical Junt sideboard: 3 Breath Weapon, 3 Duress, 3 Pyroblast, 2 Troublemaker Oof for Weather the Storm. I think Duress and Pyroblast are pretty simple here. They go straight for combo cards or for other value pieces. Breath Weapon, I wonder, it might come handy against the Mystics, the Squadron Hawks, and give another shield of protection against Tribe. But I think it's not worth it. Troublemaker Oof does nothing. And Weather the Storm I always find interesting. Because unless Pit has the fancy Ice Age tech, I always forget the name.
Whiteout.
The green spell where you can exchange lands and play for Whiteout in your graveyard back to hand. So Whiteout does it that you can sack all your lands to have a lot of discards for Tribe. And unless Pit has this, usually his combo turn deals, let's say, 25 damage. So Weather the Storm can easily put you out of range of an early or mid-game combo. But it doesn't hold forever. So it's like another stick that you throw in the wheel, as they say. But it's not a definite answer. So yeah, I would bring in 3 Duress, 3 Pyro, and maybe 2 Weather. Take out stuff that you don't need. I think you already have quite a few good tools with Junts. You have munitions, you have Krark, you can get rid of Toxin. I mean, who plays Toxin anyways?
Hey,
you get rid of the Hydras.
I play Toxin.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, of course.
Blood Fountain is useless. So you can take out 2 Blood Fountain, 3 Toxin, 2 Hydra, so you have space to, take in at least Duress, Pyro, and some Weather.
And Erik, I wanna see a wildfire on the escape tunnel. I wanna see the jank. Come on.
Bring on the jank. Okay, so what's Pit gonna do?
I wanna see a turn 1 KCS, and then I wanna see wildfiring an escape tunnel, and I wanna see.
Moritz, you're causing physical pain. Please go over Pit's sideboard.
Okay, so Pit is gonna bring in, of course, the Hydroblasts, probably I don't know, more prismatics. Not so sure about that, but definitely the hydros, because it's like the Krag is the enemy number one.
What about strands and blacksmith skill?
I think strands is really good because it also interacts with the Krag in a 2-for-1 fashion, I would say. So that I would also bring in. I think the blacksmiths, I don't know, it seems cute in a way. Like,
I have the feeling that strands only works if you trick the opponent, like happened in the last game. Because if Eric played, if Eric knew what was coming, this prismatic strands trick would have not worked. It would have prevented one activation of Krag, which equals like one sacrificed bridge. But
no,
it's
it's
not much.
but as I said, it's doing 2 activations of Krag because you discard it, then they have to react, and then you cast it, and they have to react again.
Yeah, but still, you on a combo mid-turn where both player have 6 lands in play or something, then strands answers 2 sacrificed bridges. But it's after that still the tribe dies.
But maybe you're not investing. Yeah, one tribe dies, and maybe you invested maybe 2 cards, because if you have 2 strands, that's 4 Krag activations. They have to get rid of 4.
Yeah, but you need to pay 6 mana for that, and you wanna outgrind Jan.
Hey, you don't. You discard it, and then you pay it by tapping a Squadron Orc.
But then you can use it only once.
No, this card, I pump my thing. This is the first trigger that they have to react to. Then they put one more bridge into it. Then I cast strands. You see?
I mean, yeah, beating Krag Clan activations one by one with cards in hand in a combo deck where you need cards in hand seems suboptimal, at least. I mean, if it's the only thing you can do, you do it, but isn't there better things that Pit can do?
Yeah, I mean, Hydro.
Yeah,
so it doesn't resolve at first. So Hydro is a pretty good card here.
And Blacksmiths?
Blacksmiths, I mean, it makes hexproof, right? Or indestructible? Like, so it's
Indestructible, yeah.
and hexproof. So it's like, it protects against cast down. But I mean, against cast down, you have like a bunch of other counters anyways. So I don't know.
I think they're both not amazing against the Krag on the field, actually. I think Thraben Charm is better, actually.
To remove it before you play your
you can
thing.
just get rid of it. Don't try to wiggle and dance with it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe bringing in the Thraben Charm.
And probably Pit has not too many cards to take out of his deck anyways.
No.
And I think for Hydroblast, that's basically safe. Oh, I don't know.
Ooh.
Early combo.
Emergency.
Early combo.
Emergency. You tapped out. You tapped out against the tribe on the field.
Alarm.
1.
We're discarding cards.
2.
Oh, it's white out.
Oh, that's GG. No matter how many cards you have in hand, it's a white out.
Only Snuff Out could save you.
And
GG.
oh my
Game
god.
2 ended quickly. Blood
That was
Fountain
so
on
fast.
board. Not enough defense.
Maybe Pit pointed out.
At the swamp.
Like,
exactly.
hey, I was worried. You have the.
He could probably still beat it with circular logic.
Yeah, I think this was the moment where you probably like recast the white out before actually discarding your circular logic, because then you have like a card engrave. I would say, but I mean, I think Pit was pretty. Yeah, and he brought in the Hydros.
There we go.
Nice. GG. Yeah, that was a game. Oh my god, game 2 was a quick one. But yeah, as Junt, if you're not deploying the Krag really early, or at least a blocker.
Yeah, or at least a cast down.
You need any blocker.
Yeah, blocker helps.
Blocker, cast down, Krag is what you need in the early game to survive this.
But it is scary. I mean, if you play a tapped land value pile, I mean, from turn 4, you probably have seen enough cards to find answers. But if they're not in your starting hand, you were in for quick trouble against.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like one of the combo decks with the fastest kill, right? Tribe.
Yes.
I mean,
for sure.
Turn 2, maybe Cycle Storm can do that. High Tide is turn 3 earliest. Okay, so with another display of Pit's powers on the Inside Out combo.
Damn, Pit.
We see you back in round 3.
Wait, this is not the next game. This is still match 2, Phil. As I pressed the stop recording button, I had an idea. I had an idea that maybe something went wrong in this game.
Yes, and I think we can give a little insight. We're usually talking about these games after they happen, sometimes 2
Yes.
minutes, sometimes 20 minutes.
Yes.
And here we actually talked about the stack and the situation with the Krag for like 15 minutes. And at the end of the 15 minutes, I think you came to the conclusion that something went wrong here.
Yeah, so I'm under the impression that the tireless tribe must be dead because the Krag clan shaman resolved at least 1 damage. And the damage stays on the creature, like on the tireless tribe in this case. And if you then switch it, it has 1 toughness, so it should die immediately. And how do I come to this conclusion? Well, I mean, the the very easiest way to say is because Krag is not here anymore. So 1 damage must have resolved. But we can go step by step because we now know what happened. So the first thing that Pit did...
Wait, let me allow a little simpler explanation. Our assumption is that before Inside Out, Kraglan Shaman did at least 1 damage. So there was at least 1 damage on the tribe. And after Inside Out, it should have died.
Yes. I think that's exactly what I said.
Yes, you did.
So,
I just also want to get the 1.
Okay. So Pit started the combo by discarding Prismatic Strands, is what we see here. Because he wanna, I guess, force an activation of the Krag. In this case, there was no activation of the Krag, which maybe, whatever. So Prismatic Strands is in the graveyard. We see now Escape Tunnel is cracked, and it's unblockable. And now Pit is gonna not cast Inside Out yet, because he's thinking, well, I need to protect my creature first. So he casts Prismatic Strands from the graveyard by tapping the Squadron Hawk. And now's the important part. Prismatic Strands is on the stack. It has not resolved yet. So what does Erik do? He casts a Toxin on his KCS because he wants to have a clean sweep.
Yeah, and to shorten it up, now they're fighting about the Krag activation with the strands still on the stack.
Yes.
And at the end, Erik kind of concedes his defeat and wraps his board. And at that point, Pit's tribe had 9 toughness or something, so survives for the moment. But after Inside Out, it should actually die. And that's what they both miss.
So this is where it got countered. And now, basically, Erik says, well, if I can't only do 1 activation to kill your tribe, because he's still under the impression that he needs to kill it right now, then I must just instead sacrifice 4 or 5 artifacts.
And what's tough to see here is that Strands is still on the stack. So,
yes.
I mean, obvious, why would Erik otherwise sacrifice into Krag? But the Strands lies in exile, but it's still on the stack. So red damage is not being prevented right now, and Erik is still applying red damage.
Yes. So I'm not sure what the communication here was, because now the glass bead is on Prismatic Strands. So it could also be that... So there are 2 interpretations of this game state right now. That... right?
What's a glass bead?
The glass bead is on the...
Yeah,
as a game marker.
But I mean, we assume that Strands has not resolved. Because if Strands had resolved, why would you sack your lands into a Kraglan Shaman?
And why would the Krag then die afterwards?
Also that, yeah. Yes. It doesn't really add up.
Yes.
And Krag doesn't become black damage only because of toxin analysis.
And why would you discard 1 Squadron Hawk now?
They're still fighting about these 4 damage.
Exactly.
And the point that they presumably missed was that Tireless Tribe had some 4 or 5 damage marked on it and should have died after toughness and power switch.
Yes.
And they both missed it.
Yeah, this is the moment Krag dies, all the Krag damage resolves, and now Prismatic Strands should basically resolve.
Yeah. Pit even points to it. So now, from now on,
Damage
red-
is prevented.
red damage is prevented. But now actually putting Inside Out on the stack kills
Yes.
the tribe with the 4 or 5 damage. And this is what they both missed. This can, I mean, we're commenting this right now. Maybe this will be discussed in the Orga or something, but as for now, we are on rules enforcement regular, and this is something that both players missed. There was no judge next to it. We just wanted to clarify what we have been discussing forever and then again forever.
Yeah.
Until we realize this. And also, both of you, please leave, I don't know, text us or something, or leave it even in the comments if you want to, whether we missed something in our explanation here.
Yeah, could also be the case that we missed something because we did not have the. We also were not at the table. We only see the video of it. So just wanted to clear it up for you guys, so you know how tile the stripe interaction works, basically. And now we can finally settle discussion. Phil, would you let the KCS resolve or not?
I think it sounds a bit risky to me.
A bit risky, maybe?
Just a bit risky, yeah.
Just a bit?
Things might go wrong.
Things might go. Yeah, you need a bazillion prismatic strands and on already 4 squadron hawks on the battlefield.
Yes.
So, yeah, I would also now, in hindsight, maybe not let it resolve.
You need to out-trigger the triggers of Krug, which is a tough task when you're playing Jund.
Okay.
All right, see you on the next.
On to the next.
Welcome back to round 3, where we have Kilian Erler on Blue Fae against Leon Bergman on Red Synth. So we basically have a replay of the decks that had the finals on the last stage.
Red versus blue. Red versus blue. How did it go last time?
Last time, I think the battle of the blue and red blasts, the battle of the alpha cards, was decided 2-0 by the red deck.
Oh, damn. Yeah. I mean, blue versus red. What can't you love about this matchup? The only thing I have true critique is the choice of sleeves.
Really?
I mean,
you don't like the rabbit? The Pikachu.
The rabbit? No.
For a second, it was a rabbit.
Oh no!
No, it's okay. It's a Pikachu.
Phil, you have been spending too much time touching grass. It's time to be chronically online again. This is, of course, a Pokemon.
Okay, you can see that probably non-Leipzig players are battling out because they are rolling the D20.
Rolling a D20 to
Yes.
decide? Oh my god. Okay,
And
so
I've
Faye is going first.
Seen a 17 and 17 wins. And we have Counterspell, Moon Circuit Hacker. What else? Harrier Strix. Ooh. Okay, we're flexing with the lands now.
I mean, I expect no less from someone playing these sleeves.
Okay,
I don't know,
walk us through this, Moritz.
Okay, so turn 1 Epicure is really, really nice.
What is attached to these sleeves?
What?
Yeah, that's a blood token.
Wait, are these proxies behind actual Pokemon cards? Because they have a yellow border.
But that's a sleeve, no?
Or is that the frame of the sleeve?
Ah.
I'm not sure. Maybe we have a... Because we, in the Lega Pauper Lipsia, of course, allow for proxies, because...
Why not?
You shouldn't be restricted in your choice of the deck by the size of your paycheck. Okay, so Milan flashed in the Gale Blade. Really great. So now it's probably the question, do I tap out for a ninja? Or not?
I mean, why not?
Also, it's Kilian. Did I say? Sorry. Maybe I said Milan. Because usually Milan is our blue Fae gamer.
I mean, I think that's what you gotta do. If you're on the play, you have even 1 mana up. You don't know what you're up against, so you might be up against the red decks that play whatever, grab the prize. So the spells that you really want to counter on turn 2. Maybe Kilian does not have 1 mana interaction, so was thinking to keep up Counterspell. But I think if you can throw in a ninja, get a free card, get a creature in play, you got a flasher in hand again.
Yeah, true. You can
Decent.
even if it gets bolted or something, you can at least redevelop with the flash creature in a way.
I mean, if you're not doing it now, you're probably not ever gonna do it.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, and so there's no draw spell. There's instead Clockwork Percussionist.
Ooh, Clockwork also great card. I think for the red player is, do you leave some mana open? Do you like proactively flood the board right now, or do you leave some mana open to interact with whatever the Fey player is doing? And the red player decides to, lightning bolt the. I think that's a lightning bolt. I don't know this printing, but I assume.
What are these cards?
These are all the special printings from all the special places. These are secret lair. We usually don't associate with that.
Get to see those. Okay.
So, attacking for 2. There's now being flashed in a Brine Burrow, of course.
Ooh. And we see here already the difference in last game. Max was not running his Epicures into the intruder mana. Oh, and already blocking.
Yeah, so
this one gets minus.
Yeah, minus, and this one is blocked.
Epicure, yeah, makes a lot of sense. You don't give the free card to the red deck.
And now you have a Brine Burrow that can be recycled if you have another ninja in hand. So that's awesome in this matchup.
Yeah, maybe that's also a use case for keeping the ninja in hand, because that's actually huge. But also 1-2 in play is, I mean, good enough maybe.
Yeah, also really good.
And now, I think blue has kind of stabilized already. Now they have counterspell up plus
a snap. I see.
Snap is not too great, I guess.
Snap is not too good because you need the target to be valid for it resolving. So usually if you target like a Brine Burrow or something, the enemy will just bolt the creature and then you just wasted a card and don't get mana back.
We're attacking
with the Brine Burrow. So it's a race.
Okay, a lot of unexpected things. But yeah, at least game 1 there is no red blast, so your counter spells are gonna prevent whatever you don't want to see.
Yes.
Discarding a land to get more action probably.
Yeah, I think the red player is currently, like Leon, is probably a little bit flooded. Rents resolve, so this must be countered because it is too valuable.
Nope.
And it also is the last play the red player is gonna do.
Thinking about it.
I mean, I think I would counter it.
I would counter it.
So we can agree on that.
I mean, it's a card that gives 2 cards to the hand of red.
Yeah.
Which is a card advantage, as they say.
They do say that. So Kilian rightfully recognizing that. The Clockwork Percussionist, I mean, 1 damage at this point, not really troubling. You can now, in theory, flash in the Galeblade if you need to. But in theory, I think it's much more valuable to actually recycle the Brine Burrow if you have a ninja. But he draws another Brine Burrow. Maybe it's the human non-human thing, so he wants to resolve off one mind. So there you also, of course, need to flash in your Galeblade.
I mean, Gameday is also a decent blocker against Percussionist if you just want to cycle it, which you probably don't.
Nah, you don't. So I hope that he has off on mind, because then this then this train can really get going, because currently he has no ninja in hand, which is kind of a bummer.
Okay, and blue is racing. Like maybe they don't want to give the card to the red deck, so they already know that they're not gonna block, might as well attack then.
And also this blue has drawn another Brine Burrow, so they also just want to race because they've seen, hey, if push comes to shove, I can just flash one in and then even trade favorably.
That's sweet. Okay, so both kind of looking to develop their boards.
Okay, blue missing a land drop though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not what you want to see, but there's, of course, no engine online, so drawing one card at a turn.
It's nice. It's all the new cards, right? It's the monkey with the drum staring down the swirling octopus and the intruder from Kaltheim.
Now there's a Keswick Flame Breather being cast. I don't think there's another counter spell in Blue's hand because, I mean, you just have 4 of those. And Spell Starter is not online.
That is actually a decent snap target, I would say. At the best, probably, in the deck.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, yeah. At the end of the turn, why not?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if here, but just in general, it's now that Tomb Raider is not really that dangerous anymore. Then again, the red deck has already 4 lands, so redeploying.
Yeah, it's not too... So let's see if they decide to block, because at least red player is making a bunch of land drops, so... yeah, they're just giving one card away, basically, which is not too good, but then you get rid of it at least. Yeah, but also with the Keswick already deployed...
I mean, they're on 18 life.
They can just take...
This is not the Lava Dart, whatever version. I think the Keswick is just to, I don't know, push some 3 damage and to get some board presence.
1 ping of the Ren's Resolve being cast through the Keswick. And now Blue's thinking again. Ren's Resolve. I mean, if you have something, you need to do it.
But what happened with the Percussionist? Was it blocked or not?
No, it was not blocked.
Then it's 1 more damage, right?
No, it was Brine Roar Intruder.
That way.
Okay, revealing a Galvanic Blast and probably another burn spell that I can't decipher.
Is that Lava Dart?
I don't know, actually.
Yes, it's Lava Dart.
Let's see if the list they have. No, they provided not the printings, not the correct printings.
Yeah, but it says on the card. It's if you look
okay.
from closer.
Yeah. I'll just believe you. You know.
So Lava Dart. Oh, Lava Dart is huge in Exile. Actually, they have next turn to cast it.
Yeah.
And it's a really tough card to
so
deal
nasty.
with.
Yeah.
Now I think it would be good for the blue to actually maybe keep up these 4 mana even, in case.
Mm-hmm. But you kind of showed that you have no interaction because you let Ren's resolve.
Yeah, no, but to cash in the Gale Blades if they get targeted by Lava Dart.
Ah, that's true.
You kind of have to do because
Yeah.
this Lava Dart will be casted and probably on a creature.
Okay, so Harrier Strix tapping down the Keswick, so blue really wants to see the fighting, the tempo game.
Mm-hmm. And then we're gonna see a swing for 4, no?
Yeah, swing for 4. I think Keswick kind of is really bad for also blue because, you know, it's a 1/3 that on the ground blocks everything, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But there are 3 flyers in play, so red must remove the flyers, I guess, to stop the bleeding in a way.
And it's interesting because the way this hand has shaped up, this blue beatdown plan really pays dividends, I would say. Because they cannot do anything else, apparently.
Yeah, they cannot do anything else.
Snap without a spell starter backup, I don't know, doesn't really do much.
So now you're snapping the Keswick. I think he realized that maybe he wants to get rid of it.
Before the Lava Dart enters the stack.
Yeah, kind of wasting the Strix, but maybe the Strix you want just as an attacker anyways, because you know you have no engine going, so...
I mean, you could use Snap as well to save one of your creatures from Lava Dart, especially the Strix.
Ah, true.
So maybe, yeah.
Essentially, you're taxing the red player, but the red player doesn't have much cards in hand anyway.
What you mean, taxing?
Now you tax it by the Keswick must be replayed for 2 mana.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think at this point the mana... Okay, he's cashing in the...
Yeah, one of the Gale Blades.
Guy.
Does it draw or loot?
Draw. This card is...
That's pretty good.
It's sadly not a fairy, but it's quite the house.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Pretty good card, yeah.
I remember distinctively when this card came out that people were really discussing, is it worth the slot? It's not a ferry.
No,
Stuff like that, but
I actually also played Blue Fairies in round 3 against Milan. And the one time where I finally got to resolve my suffocating fumes on 2 creatures, one of them he could just cycle. It felt
horrible. Yeah.
I mean, it was what you had to do, but I think the card has quite a lot of utility.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it's non-synergistic in this important way of being a fairy, but I think it smooths out the deck a lot, looks like.
Okay, so blue, now 2 cards in hand, and hopefully a ninja, because there's still 1 flying creature that can be... I mean, you can also attack with the Brine Bros because they will not trade. One of them will go through, so that's 2 guaranteed damage. But there's 2 cards in hand for red. You're already on 9. That's also a little concerning. Because, if you draw a 3rd card, that's like 3 cards. Maybe like 2 of them are burn spells. Okay, so there is a ninja. That's really nice.
That's huge, actually.
Yeah, you could. I think I would, of course, like trade the Brine Burrow, because then you at least take no combat damage next turn.
Yeah, and you got the creature with the way more useful ETB.
Yeah. And also flash, so like there's nothing. There's basically no.
I mean, Gameday has flash, but it just does nothing on ETB.
Yeah, exactly. So 4 mana up and a card looted, like a card drawn that we don't know. So I think the best card would be now a counterspell, or maybe no counterspell, because spell starter is not even like really online.
Oh well, might be against his hand. Yeah, but this would have been a juicy counterspell target. Another synth. Ouch! This is at least the floor. The ground is covered in the next turns.
Okay, so each of them pings for 1, and there's let's see. Please also pay the mana. Yes, thanks. There's another Voldaren Epicure. I think as blue you are... Okay, so as red you are on 7. So there's currently... You have enough blockers on the ground. And there's only 1 in the air. So if you ninja, that's 2 in the air. So you're quite comfortable right now, right? Because you're pinging away. You have a bunch of creatures.
I'm sorry, I was distracted by this Epicure who stays in exile. You have to talk us through combat.
Okay, so the Tomb Raider's gonna attack. You're gonna flash in your Brine Burrow. The Tomb Raider's not gonna deal any damage. Then you untap. You have 2 creatures, 2 red creatures untapped, and you have 4 attacking creatures.
Mm-hmm.
The ninja is definitely gonna get blocked, and 1 of the intruders. So you have 2 damage coming through. Even if you would have 2 ninjas, that's only 4 damage.
All right.
But then at least you can recycle your 1 of the Brine Burrows. Pretty decent, but you're still gonna die to burn.
You think there is ninjas
in their hand? I mean, they drew 1 card that we don't know of, and they haven't had a lot of ninjas in already. So the chance is not 0 that there's a ninja, or at least like. I mean, it could also be a fairy or something. But I think at this point, you just, of course, flash in the Brine Burrow because the red player is tapped out. Even if not, you want to prevent that damage.
And I mean, okay, you're not dead on the backswing if you do this crazy ninja line.
Keelan decides to take the damage, very brave. I don't exactly know why. Because if I'm not mistaken, there is a Brine Burrow intruder in hand. There's a Fairy Seer, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Scry's 2. Let's see. What you're looking for is, of course, ninja or counter magic, but probably at this point a little counter magic is better. because what you now want to do is like there's only 2 cards in hand for red in the next turn. I mean, the likelihood that one of them is useless is like there. So,
but a spell starter would be huge. I mean, you need to get on the aggro because you're at 5 life facing down Castic Flame Breather.
That's true.
You got 2 Synthes in hand on play. I mean, at least they only got 3 mana right now.
Okay, that's why they kept that's very brave. They kept the Brine Burrow so the ninja doesn't die on the attack.
But why then attack with it?
Because what if they don't block? Yeah, now they're gonna Brine Burrow, and the Percussionist is gonna die anyway, so that's kind of bad because you flip a card. And it's gonna be a land.
That's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Because then you can activate Synthi and play at least 80% of what's flipped.
Yes. And remind me, like, I mean, a bolt is not lethal yet, but almost.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
And the unknown card in hand is not a land. Pretty sure.
And not a ninja, because that would have been ninjaed.
No. The unknown hand in the red.
The red, yeah. I don't think it's a land.
So
or maybe...
Last time they played Synthi, then flipped Synthi, played Synthi. Then they played Tomb Raider, so they probably don't have a mountain in hand.
Yeah.
And it's probably action that they have.
Yeah.
So I think a bolt is getting pretty close to lethal.
Yeah, there could also be, for example, another Keswick or something. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's not... So sacking the Galeblade to see. And there's another... because he scryed the Pharisee to the top, so he knew what's coming. I think Island Snap, you both bottom these. Maybe the Snap, but no. I would bottom them both. I think. But I'm not a Fairies player, so... But the Snap is not gonna... I mean... If you snap the Keswick, and then because the red player is already on 6, you're counting for your lethal as well, right? Like you're not counting for survival. You're counting that the next turn you have to win. Like so, counter magic isn't relevant. Like next turn you have to win.
Okay.
Okay. And
Galblast said it. Okay.
Galblast did it.
Okay. So the fairy aggression got close to killing red synthesizer, but the Keswick was kind of the role player stabilizing the board, and then also getting this extra pings in. Those 2 Synthes were pretty decent because then the red deck was actually getting more value.
Okay, these lands are great furnaces. I was wondering. Oh my god. Yeah, exactly. So I think,
and this like we saw that the game dynamic, well, actually in Max against Milan it didn't change too much, but with the red deck now having access to the red blasts, not only one deck can counter, but the other deck can counter back. So I think we're now entering the alpha stage of the matchup.
Yeah, that's so sweet. Like we have only 4 pyros on the red side and 5 hydros basically on the blue side, and a dispel, which is I mean, it's not a pyro, but it counters every burn basically. Okay, so here
and Cast into the Fire is huge, and the Festivities is huge against blue.
Leon even shows us what's boarding out. So Lightning Bolt, Fire Blast, Rends Resolve. Yeah. No, Chain Lightning that is. Yeah, Chain Lightning, I think.
That's nice of them.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
Everyone who sees, please consider doing the same.
I mean, some of them do, but the sideboarding, we just fast forward often.
I've never seen this before. Jakub showed us his starting hand, but so quick that we couldn't see them.
See? He also shows us what he sides out. That's so nice.
Because he had a good role model.
Damn. So Snap is going out, Harrier Strix, and 1 Humbling Elder. What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know, but probably.
That's a good card.
Humbling Elder?
Yeah, it's the Brian Rowe Intruder.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's a pretty good card, no?
Yeah.
No.
No, there's no Humbling Elder.
It was the other Harrier Strix, probably. Yes, that was...
Yeah, there's no Humbling
kind
Elder.
of sus.
Maybe because the spot of the Harrier... No, the Gale Blade is taking the spot of the extra Brian Burrows.
No,
Because we have 4 Miscreants in the deck here.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's playing Miscreant and Gale Blade, so some cards have to go.
But Miscreant you can't reduce, can you?
I mean, if you reduce Miscreant, then it just becomes more and more useless. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's already a pretty shitty card. Like the whole deck basically is. I mean, the deck is good, but I mean, the cards individually, come on.
I mean, seriously, yeah, whatever. In my match against Milan, I saw 4 Fairy Miscreant by turn 4.
Oh, okay. But that's not likely.
That's very unlikely, yes. But it's very effective.
Yeah, I mean, it is effective, but very unlikely.
Yes. No, but I was shown the power and potential of this card, actually, because to me, Fairy Miscreant looked always like the weakest link in the list.
Yeah.
And already the second one resolving was really painful. I played Dimir Control against it. And the second one resolving was already pain in the butt. And then the third one. And then the fourth one. And
and then the fifth, dude.
Yeah.
And after the sixth.
No blood fountains involved. Fortunately.
I don't know. In a meta of lava darts, it's just you're 2 for 1ing yourself. Isn't like it's in ETB, right? The draw effect.
Ah, yeah.
So you just bolt the other one in response, and then.
Yeah, I mean, lava dart is definitely a tough challenge.
But I mean, lava dart in general against like fairies for lava darts is already pain. So I don't think maybe it doesn't matter so much. I have a déjà vu right now. Is this round 1? It's exactly the same start.
Yeah, and blue started again, right? Yeah.
And it's again the Epicure turn 1 and no play on the blue side. So there's maybe going to be some flash action soon. I've seen 1 blue elemental blast, so maybe now's the time to blue elemental blast the synthesizer. Ooh, Rens Resolve. Oh, okay. That is coming next turn, so...
And the problem is that blue apparently had no interaction or...
didn't want to use it.
Didn't want to use it here. So that means that this Rens Resolve... no, but that's fine.
I think there's a Hydro in the hand. Yeah, there's a
Rens
blue
Resolve
blast.
is gone, right?
True. Never mind. Synth is such a bad card. It only allows you to play it in the same turn.
Yeah, and it's only 1 mana.
Ugh.
Terrible.
Yeah.
No wonder I get kicked out of all the decks.
So there's a Gulf Blast.
Gallblast phase.
In presumably the end step?
Oh, and this is painful because blue does not have
Ooh.
spell starters, right? This would have been...
Blue is not developing anything right now. It's a very reactive hand, apparently.
No, but how is it reacting? It's letting Gallblast and Synthesizer resolve.
I mean, Gulf Blast, I think in this situation you can resolve. The Synthesizer maybe not.
Yeah, Synthesizer maybe is rough with 1 bolt up. You cannot play a spell starter into this.
Let's see what Red is deciding to do, because Red also maybe may realize, hey, like my blue opponent is not doing anything in their turn. Must be a pretty reactive hand.
You mean that they're trying to now answer something on this turn?
Probably. But I mean, if you just spoon feed them with like Clockwork Percussionists,
Yeah, perfect.
that's like the best the best thing the red player can now do is play semi-irrelevant cards and not tap out.
Yeah, but every deck in Fae is 1 mana if you don't have interaction on 3 mana, then you have a non-reactive hand. You cannot react apparently.
Or maybe it's not worth the 1-for-1. Maybe the blue player thinks it's not worth to.
That's a really nice approach.
But I think the Clockwork Percussionist. I think if you have a blast or something, it should not enter the battlefield because that is essentially drawing a card.
It's a ninja hand and probably has draw spells, right?
Pass turn. Hard casting a ninja on turn 4 is kind of rough. Yeah. So, okay, but red did not fire off any more blasts or like any more burn. Keswick. So that is also a must counter now. If you have something that can get rid of a red spell on the stack, maybe now's the time.
I mean, now it's rough because if you have counter spell. Okay.
Yeah, the red player has a lot of mana, so if the red player has. Okay, but they don't, unfortunately for them.
Okay, so maybe Kilian was just waiting the whole time for the really tough spells like Keswick. Letting resolve Sinti is also rough, but maybe the blue blast was also top decked later, or the target was casting all along, or something bigger.
Interestingly, red keeping mana open, but no blockers, and there's a ninja on the board. So I think red must probably. I mean, I would keep probably the percussionist back, because the percussionist like essentially draws you a card if it blocks and dies. So that's really good. But maybe the red player has a lava dart or something cheap to get rid of it. Ninjaing the ninja. So it was a ninja hand, and with ninja hand, it's a full of ninjas hand.
Okay, so we're upgrading the ninja.
Yeah, we're upgrading the ninja.
Leave up 3 mana. Draw a card probably. Well, no, not sure yet. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you now bolt the big ninja, you would just ninjutsu again, right?
True.
So there's no point in doing that. And then you could have enough mana to ninjutsu again. That's the dream play.
No, but
of
then the small one already draws a card. You don't need to upgrade it anymore. At least not in this turn.
What I wanna do on turn 5 is attack with my ninja, ninjutsu my ninja, and ninja him again. Yeah, that's a unfortunate hand for Faye, I would say.
So there is a pyro.
There's one hydro.
Land.
And
hydro, sorry.
One ninja we know, one hydra.
And 2 lands, right?
Oof. John is doing things to me, Phil. So, end of turn. I'm going to present you with a Galvanic Blast.
Please tap the mana.
Yeah, the mana will be tapped. Already down to 6. So, that's really tough.
Yeah, but I mean, Kilian knows that they are not fighting about Gull Blast. They are fighting about board presence and things that do.
Would you say it's a deck that cares about combat? I'm just
no, about cards.
I'm just trolling, dude. It's fine. So
where there is board, more important is cards in hand.
That's true.
And life total.
Yeah, that's pretty over, because now you have also a Clockwork Percussionist, and you get the 2/2 Vigilance Samurai. So the board is clogged up, and your opponent is already on 6. You are chilling on 18 life. So the tempo plan from blue is kind of off the table, because
it was never on the table.
It was never really on the table. Like, there was no creature until turn 4. It
was a hard cast small ninja into ninjutsu big ninja. But it was as much tempo as there was.
Rarely, these ninjas, they rarely give a handshake, right? So.
True.
At least they ninjutsu'd.
This is rough. I wonder what Kilian's keep was, because I didn't see it. And I believe that if you see Synthesizer turn 2, that's a blue blast target. So I would assume that they did not have this in hand. And then this keep, I wonder what it was, because there was not much action, also not much interaction.
I think if you have no... I'm not aware of to what mulligan they went, but if you have like if you're mulliganing like badly and you have at least a small ninja in hand and like some things and like 2 land drops or something, you maybe hope to draw into one of your many 1-drops in the first like 2 turns. But yeah, I think not having a 1-drop in hand, and then you're only like 2-drop being a ninja, kind of rough. So the Pharisee, what can the Pharisee realistically see? Nothing really, right? So you're on 3 life. The enemy is present on the board, to say the least. And you are still stuck with your clunky ninja hand.
Well, it's a decent blocker, no? Combat matters sometimes.
Combat matters. And if you now draw into a Brian Burrow, you can even like trade upwards. So, or you can like block favorably, which would be awesome.
And you're down to 1. I know the intruder could do work. I mean, you can still pyro stuff, hydro stuff.
Yeah, so there's no Keswick, so there's no ping for the casts. So in theory, the enemy must actually resolve the spells in order for them to deal damage. Let's see, another Pharisee, 1 top, 1 bottom, but I don't think that Killian can realistically draw this card this round. So now it's up to the red player to... I mean, there's 1 blood token on the battlefield, so you draw your 3rd card, you see a 4th card, and you only need to be currently 1 bolt. I think there's like a hydro in the blue's hand, but let's see if red is able to force it.
I mean, Killian is setting it up so that there are outs.
Yeah.
Like if there is no, like 2 bolts they can already not beat anymore, but 1 bolt they can right now. A bolt and a blast they cannot beat, and then there's a lot of other things that they cannot beat. But they have diminished the, they've increased their outs.
Yeah, definitely. And now 4 creatures on the board. The only problem is you have to block, right? And there's 2 percussionists on the board.
No, you don't have to block. You can go to 1.
But then even a Keswick ping is lethal, so I don't know if that's... And there's a Keswick being drawn.
And I mean, 1 spell you have to counter anyways, probably.
Keswick. So this...
I mean,
this is the card you have to counter, right? Because if this resolves, you're definitely dead in like 2 turns.
are you not, actually? You could survive it. You could leave it and kill it in 1 step. See if you can stay on 2 life after combat and then receive 1 ping. Because now that you're dead to bolt again.
That's true. Cast into fire, clearing... Yeah,
and you're not dead to cast into the fire, but almost.
But pretty much, right?
Well, you can block, you can trade with the samurai and the
life.
epicure and you go to 1.
And that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty good, actually. That's pretty decent. I mean, you're out of gas in hand, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's tough to survive against 2 clockworks that you both have to
and you have
block next turn.
And you have 1 card in hand.
Yeah.
And you're on 1. But let's see. I mean, there was a Pharisee and it was Scry to the top. So maybe this card on the top just wins the game now.
This would be the comeback of the league.
Murmuring Mystic. This one we know.
Still dead on board.
Still dead on board. But no, flash creatures exist. Let's not get our hopes down.
Yeah, but they're not on the board.
Okay, true. Okay, another clockwork.
Still.
Oh, this was the
best. Here we go.
Oh.
And Lavadat. GG.
It was the best flash creature there was.
Yeah, it truly was. Although Brian Bauer would have been
no, because the third it counters the creature coming in and it's a blocker. Yeah, GG. That's red wins again, dude.
Nice.
Red keeps stacking those wins.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for red versus blue. We keep record here. No, we don't. I will probably forget it in the next week. So let's go over to the next one. Okay, this is round number 4. All undefeated. On the left we have Leonard on Affinity, and on the right we have Torsten on Black Sacrifice. Exciting match, I think. Phil, what do you think? Like, is this gonna be, which version of Affinity are we gonna see?
I assume it's Grixis, but you never know. These Affinity shells probably play black, probably play red, but it could also be black, blue, and white or something like that. And on the other hand, we have the Black Sacrifice deck, which is kind of a newish archetype for me, at least. I don't know if this deck has been around before 2023 or something. Like, what is fueling this deck? What made it appear in the current meta? I don't remember it from 1 year ago.
I also don't. It's a pretty aggressive deck. I think one of the recent additions was the Reckoner, was the one warp creature, the Perigi Beckoner, which now gives this like the possibility of an infinite combo. But I think some lists even play without it. So I think most of the stuff was there before.
And I think the deck was also there before the Beckoner.
Mm-hmm.
I think it, I don't know, I think it appeared after the Kuldota ban and Glee ban. And we have Carrion Feeder into Gallblast.
Yes. Okay, so presumably Grixis Affinity.
Yeah.
Getting rid of the Carrion Feeder, which is like the sack outlet, is, while it's very small, it's a good idea.
And it's very crucial to hit these 2 damage now, because Black Sack is playing these, how do you call that? These effects that make a creature basically not die or re-enter after dying. And getting rid of a Carrion Feeder before it outgrows a Gallblast, or before it can be saved with Supernatural Stamina, as Torsten already has it in hand. That's quite crucial. And, okay, not another Gallblast, but a Spell Bomb that can actually mess up with the stamina.
Does it?
Yeah. It enters the grave and...
Wait, really?
Yeah. It needs to die, and then the effect triggers.
No. Okay. Until end of turn, target creature gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control.
Yeah, and that triggers when the creature hits the grave, and in that moment you can cut it off.
Wow, I didn't actually know that, Phil.
You have not played Mogwarts too much,
no.
I would say.
No, I played against it once, and I found it very confusing.
Wait, maybe I'm not 100% because the Putrid Goblin, that's a trigger. Unearth is Undying, or whatever it's called, is a triggered. But I'm pretty sure that you can hit Supernatural Stamina with a Spell Bomb. So Affinity showing off its multi-tools already on turn 1 and 2.
That's also such a good card in this matchup. Like Black Sack, the only card draw that you have is like Village Rites. So you need to sacrifice a creature for it. And right now, Black Sacrifice is Torsten is in the very awkward spot that they have no sack fodder on the table. The only thing that they have are basically the sack outlets, which you want to grow. But usually the first turn or the first couple of turns are establishing the outlets, so you can also later protect the creatures on the table when there's, for example, a damage spell. I don't know why the video is lagging here. Let's see if we can get that repaired. The spot.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So he drew for turn the Infestation Sage. And
that's, I think, like a really crucial top deck here.
Yes.
Because, as you said, what was missing here is a sack fodder, and now this attack is online. Refurb cannot, purposefully block. And
So,
even without the blocks, Torsten's gonna make these Carrion Feeders grow, or like at least one of them.
Yeah, there's gonna be
But wait, what is happening? Why is he putting counters on both of them?
Yeah, I think they're clarifying now. I think he mistakes the carrion feeder for the mortician beetle. So the
Mhm.
mortician beetle grows whenever something is sacked. The carrion feeder, of course, has to sacrifice actively to gain a counter. So this is a ability of the card themselves, an active ability.
I'm glad that we're watching this because I think at some point we will find out if Spellbomb cuts off the stamina or not. I'm now curious about it.
I'm also very curious. I have to try it on MTGO.
I mean, you can probably read it on Scryfall, but we're not going to do that right now. And I think it's, also Thorsten is stuck on land. Now this Mernforcer is going to pose some problems. But I think the Beckoner in Thorsten's hand allows for some nice business here.
Yeah, ideally, I mean, with the Beckoner, sometimes you have to really catch the moment when to use it because, of course, like if you have already one in hand and you're making some land drops, if you have 4 mana available, so you can warp 2 of the Beckoners, that is an infinite combo. So sometimes you're just like, hey, am I behind so much that I like have to use this proactively now, or can I maybe wait for a huge turn? But I think with the setup right now, Blacksack really has to put up a lot more pressure. Because these carrion feeders are also like still in range for a Gulf Blast. And as time goes on, the probability of Grixis drawing the sweeps with like a Toxin or a Blowgun are just getting higher and higher, right? So your odds basically are getting slimmer and slimmer of keeping these creatures the longer the game goes. So you have to do something about it now.
Thorsten sees a window for an attack. I'm a bit surprised that the small carrion feeder is attacking into the Mernforcer. Looks like I'm blocking here what you got moment for Grixis.
Yeah, I think the small one, like Thorsten wants to sack it anyways.
To the other carrion feeder?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, or to a draw spell. If there is no need to grow the feeder, then maybe also sack it to a draw spell.
Okay, it's a bit surprising to me because carrion feeder is like a really valuable creature to just throw in, but okay, he's gonna save it or attempt to save it. I'm pretty sure that Spellbomb cuts this off if Leonhard wants it to.
I think he's solely using the supernatural stamina now to keep growing the other carrion feeder so that the unblocked attack is just for much, much more damage.
Wow, so he double sacrificed it. So he's turning the carrion feeder into more fodder, yeah?
Yeah,
okay.
I think he has a right of consumption in hand. That could explain why he's trying very aggressively now to try to reduce the life total.
What does he have in hand?
A right of consumption. So this is basically a fling.
He discarded one earlier.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
never mind then.
That's something I wanted to point to. At that point on turn 2, discarding it into a refurb I think makes a lot of sense because you cannot hold on to this for 5 turns when it becomes relevant. On the other hand, it's probably a really good tool against Grixis that cannot really interact with the stack. But yeah, the question is now, can 2 lands and 1 big carrion feeder beat the 5 cards that Affinity has drawn in the last 3 mana? And
I would say no, because also Blacksack had to use all of the resources highly inefficient. So the supernatural stamina is usually something you wanna at least trade a creature with, like an enemy creature, or like put it onto your nested shambler.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a lot of small creatures to sacrifice, and putting it on a creature here only for getting a sack twice is like definitely not ideal.
Yeah, I was also wondering, like if the carrion feeder also the
Bloodhound Vampire,
discarded. So, but that's another sack outlet.
Exactly.
Thorsten is probably still looking for fodder.
Yes.
And Affinity is just drawing away. That was 8 cards drawn in the last 6 mana. And let's see what they make of it.
And I think honestly, as Affinity, at some point, I mean, sure you can put up the pressure, but I think I would like just jump with reverbs here if you find a blood fountain. You can recur those, and like every card lost hurts the black sack player so much. So yeah, there's no need to further chip away at the life total, I think. Yeah, and this is exactly what Leonard's doing now.
Yeah, and you got a lot of top decks and a lot of means to make more top decks. I mean, just Toxin by itself.
Yes.
Death Touch, block,
Yes.
make a clue, it replaces itself. You're rid of the carrion feeder.
Yeah, and black, like the black sack deck has no interaction whatsoever for like killing a toxin creature at instant speed. So
Oh, look, another deck gets beaten down by reverbs. Discarding Village Rites are one of the only means to maybe outdraw this again. Or not outdraw, but draw out of this pickle again.
yeah, but again, like another land drop missed. Now there's a token that can block even. But I think they will just keep the hero token around, keep blocking with reverbs. At some point, I mean, now you can even declare multiple blockers. But I think there's no need. Like, there's also no way of getting trample for Black Sacrifice. So basically, you can jump for so many turns here that you will eventually find your answer.
So I think it's kind of too late now to get the snowball going for Torsten, but how can Rite of Consumption or Perigee Beckoner turn the tables here?
I think the Beckoner right now is only good if like you need at least one other card. For example, like a Shambler and a Beckoner, and then you can sack a lot.
Like in addition to Carrion Feeder, you mean like a creature that has a good die effect?
Yes.
And then how does it work with Beckoner?
I mean, Beckoner is basically a supernatural stamina on a stick.
But how do you loop that?
I mean, you can only loop that if you have two Beckoners and they target each other all the time.
So you need to double warp them in one turn?
Yes.
So okay,
this is
he's
not
two
realistic.
swamps away
This is
from that.
This is not realistic anymore because.
And you kind of need an outlet, or otherwise, with Carrion Feeder you could grow the Carrion Feeder infinitely, but whatever, doesn't even do much here. Okay, and the Rite of Consumption, what does that do again? It's 2 mana sorcery as an additional cost, sack a creature, and then it deals damage equal to the sack creature's power to target player, and you gain that much life. So that's still 7 power away from being lethal.
Yeah.
But it could be a thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, here, it's interesting. You have the Windbreaker or Link Breaker, whatever, that makes like a mercenary token that also buffs. So if you sack this one, you bump your power by 1.
Whoopsie. Munitions enters the scene. Okay, now the dream of the... Now, well, actually, you can shoot the tokens, but Carrion Feeder will just munch them all up. So, I mean, Leonhard can force the issue, but still the Carrion Feeder grows. So this out is still there.
So there's 1 damage on the stack.
Village Rites, finally.
Breaker.
Very good. More cards for
And
the black deck.
Now we get the Village Rites. Sacked. And there's like gonna be a mercenary token, which pumps, but let's see.
Will die.
But will probably die. So I think, Affinity is now even throwing a land at it. I mean, at some point you can throw your Spellbomb.
Oh, and swinging already for 8. So that's lethal on the untap with munitions.
Yeah, I think that's maybe not necessary because you're dead to you're not really dead to a consumption, but almost.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
Yeah. Because I think you always hold back 1.
Okay, it's not so weird actually. He did the math, you know. He counted 2, 2, 4, 4. Okay, 12.
Okay, that's funny.
So before we go into the sideboarding, what's with the video right now? We have some.
I don't know. It's my computer acting up.
Okay, we're just gonna ignore and go along.
We're just gonna ignore it.
So sideboarding. From the black side. Okay, cool cards. Let's see. Cast down. Probably not for the decks that play refurb and rods. Drown in Sorrow. I guess not.
Nee.
Mess Fiend. I don't know. Dies really easily to munitions. Rotten Reunion. Exiling single cards from graveyard. Probably not. Silvok Lifestaff. Okay, I mean, if you want to outlast Affinity, then you could buy some time with this, but I think if you were going into grinding here, where are you gonna get with it? You need to be the aggressor, right? You cannot rely on going up to 30, 40 life.
Yeah, I don't know. Lifestaff isn't like you as Black Sack are the aggressive deck. You cannot allow yourself to enter some grind state. Like it's just not possible. Like Affinity even has the blowgun, so it's so it's like you have reusable Death Touch basically with the KCS. And then so I don't think I think you have to overwhelm them. And maybe the Mess Fiend is okay in that because you can like get rid of cards for real, right?
For real until it gets hit.
No,
by
sacked on the stack.
Okay, that could be a thing actually, yeah.
Yeah, so
but it's also like more interruptive than actually aggressive.
I would also say so, yes. I think it's not like if you spend 2 mana for a 1/1 on turn 2, the setup is not great. Like, I mean, it gets rid of a card, but you know.
You can get rid of really problematic cards actually, but only if you hit them in this turn 2, turn 3 window. Otherwise, you will probably not hit them.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, maybe Mess Fiend. The rest seems not to be against Affinity, I would say.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually if you are siding in cast down just for the Krark Toxin thing.
Okay.
But I think Affinity might have enough fodder to go over that anyways, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, I just haven't played this matchup at all.
Yeah, I mean, Toxin is actually really problematic.
Yeah, Toxin is a problem.
Either against all the small creatures. No, actually against the whole board.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you actually have to play cast down, although it's not ideal against any of the creatures individually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and let's see. On Affinity, we got Blue Blast. Breath Weapon could be useful.
Mhm.
The rest could actually be useful. Gorilla Shaman, no. Hydroblast, no. Negate, I don't know. If you want to go really out the window, yes. Negate the Village Rites or the finisher, actually.
Yeah, the Rite of
sorcerer.
Consumption, yeah.
And then Fangs. So, I don't know. Fangs, Breath Weapon, I could see, and then Duress and Negate if you're into it.
I don't know. I don't think Fangs is good.
Fangs is not good? Okay. I mean, maybe you want to... Putting it on a refurb, it attacks for 3 lifelink, like, safely, forever. But it's true that the Fangs doesn't grow the Enforcer into a superior position.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, Fangs probably not the best idea.
But
right.
Breath Weapons for sure. I think the 1 duress I would also always take. Just to like proactively attack the hand when it comes to the Rite of Consumption. That can be a random game win. Also, taking the stamina, of course, is also like a really good.
Yeah, and just the Village Rites, I would say.
Yeah.
And the Corrupted Convictions, yeah.
Are you, as a Black Sack player, still hoping for getting off the Beckoner combo? Or are you maybe... Probably not.
I don't know. I have never seen this in action, so to me it seems a bit like a pipe dream that you can pull off in like a stalled game. Like if you're playing like, I don't know, White Weenies or Elves where things get stuck and you cannot push through, still you don't die. And then you get to 5 land drops, 6 land drops, you can set your stuff up and then you kill someone with it. I could see that. But against the hyper efficient, pretty quick Affinity deck that lets you discard cards so you cannot hold back precious combo pieces like for turns. To me it sounds rough. Maybe you can keep it in because it's good enough on its own. But sorcery speed, supernatural stamina for 2 mana is definitely way worse than instant speed 1 mana.
Yeah, I think it's, but still, if you can find the nested Shambler and stuff, I think the combo is out, but the card still is good. And I think as you don't have too many sideboard cards, probably maybe you're keeping it in.
Yeah, probably it depends. Like if you're actually putting in Cast Down and Mass Fiends and you have to take out 7 cards, then I think taking out the combo is pretty easy here because you can beat Affinity with the beatdown plan.
Yeah, for sure. And we see that there's a Mass Fiend in hand.
Awesome.
So
And a sack outlet, right?
And the Bloodthorn Vampire.
But also, 3 lands looks healthy.
Oh, that's good. Like that's a link breaker. Yeah, that's
actually.
good. That's a link breaker start. Turn 1, turn 2. Oh no, that's not a vampire. That was a Village Rites.
Ah, okay. So
it's the same.
So they don't have the sack outlet this time.
Yes, exactly.
Which is tough, but still probably playable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a very non-aggressive hand right now.
But that changes quickly
if you can find a sack outlet, that changes, drastically. But
and
there's
you can
another
also
Village Rites.
2 Village Rites. You can convert this now into 4 cards drawn. It's at least decent, but then you got nothing left. And this is Mortician Beetle and Village Rites. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think for sure you're playing the Beetle. Keeping 1 mana open. Oh, that's actually crazy.
That's really good.
I didn't see the Beetle. Sorry, that's crazy.
Yeah, the
that's
Beetle is really good.
Yeah,
with a sack outlet, this hand would be absurd.
But even now with you can Village Rites.
Awesome. You can Mass Fiend Village Rites now. So you draw 2 cards, get rid of probably a relevant piece from Affinity's hand.
That's an insane start. Yeah.
And you're on the play. So I think we now see the Carrion Feeder top
Carrion Feeder. Oh my god!
But
this is pretty all in. I think maybe this is too all in.
Yeah, this is
right.
Okay, we're sacking Mass Fiend to Carrion Feeder. We grow Beetle and Carrion Feeder.
Yeah.
And we get rid of. So they put in Unexpected Fangs.
Nice.
Probably refurb just, right?
Yeah, probably refurb.
You go find blockers. I don't care about the rest.
Exactly, and also your hand right now is really, really good, so you want to protect that.
True. Yeah.
So if the enemy decides to now Thoughtcast and spend mana this way, I think you're fine. Because it's also not guaranteed to hit anything, but refurb really is bad.
And this is sweet because next turn Affinity can Thoughtcast. No, cannot even. Can Thoughtcast, but nothing much else. I mean, they might top deck from the 3 cards, but I think Torsten will have a nice combat next turn again, and I think that's all the deck needs. Just every turn make sure that you can attack and gain damage, gain board advantage, gain some advantage out of the combats. It's
and I mean, not even kidding, if you now end step sacrifice the Link Breaker, it makes the Mercenary, which can buff and can be sacked again. I'm just not sure if you want to protect from a potential Gulf Blast, which is why you might not want to proactively trigger that.
But how are you playing around Gulf Blast by not sacking?
I mean, by not sacking first, or by like presenting more fodder first, so you can always on the stack on top of it grow it out of range. But right now that's not even possible because it's already okay.
And Bloodfound is just really telling you go ahead, you swing, you do whatever you want.
But tapped out, that's really because now I would sack the Link Breaker because the Mercenary token I think comes in tapped, right?
Yeah, it has summoning sickness at least.
Yeah, I mean at least that because then you can pump and sack it at the same time, which is like maximizing the full damage.
Maybe there's another purpose for sacking it later. Could be an explanation. Like playing more Mortician Beetles, getting more triggers.
But I think at this point in time, you want to have lethal in 2 turns.
Yeah, and you can.
And you can. Yeah.
And this was basically 1 more damage that you would have gotten. Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah. And also, if you have the Village Rites in hand, so you know that you want to sack something anyways to like keep drawing.
And I think the question here is now, do you sack to make the creatures grow or do you sack to draw more cards? Which I can actually see yeah, points for both of this.
I mean, you're losing right now if unblocked in combat. I think maybe the mercenary token. He's sacking both at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so he's just keeping village rights to, draw out of a removal spell.
Yep, I would say so too.
But I think you need actually to play Fangs because you need life gain.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a necessary evil,
Maybe.
I would say.
Even though it's, I think, a really bad card in this matchup. And
I mean, if you put it on an enforcer, you can also block. They can probably sack whatever. Yeah, no, it doesn't work.
ooh, wait, you can Fangs the KCS, and then it can like sweep the 1/1s.
Oh, you see, there's utility.
And gets life.
And
So-
then there's now also utility for cast down.
Okay, so
Yeah.
now affinity. How much would you now throw into the KCS?
I mean, it's easy because all this. I mean, you would rather keep the Blood Fountain in play. You would rather keep the Spell Bombs in play. It's risky actually because Thorsten could easily outgrow even out of 4 damage.
I mean, he can only sack one thing right now. So the beetle is at maximum a 5/5. So if you now throw in 5 things, you have a guaranteed board wipe.
But then supernatural stamina comes into the equation.
Like
It's somewhat nasty, I would say. I mean, he's going for it. He's throwing 5 permanents into it, including the Blood Fountain that could get back the Krag later on. So this is kind of all-in-ish, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Because you also have no real good target for your Reckoner's Bargain.
And now Thorsten can go village rights, draw 4, and then redeploy.
I also like, while holding priority, I
Yeah,
like
all
to
the
cast
time.
both. Because, I mean, realistically, if the first finds the stamina,
Yeah, actually, you're right.
that's maybe even better. But okay, Vampire, land.
But drawing 4, come on, in the face
Land.
of affinity, sometimes you have to go for these kind of flex, right?
Yes.
So we got new
And
Nezumi,
Link Breaker. Yeah, Link Breaker, 2 lands, and a Vampire.
Shambler,
And a
so more fodder.
Shambler. Oof.
And the Vampire, I mean, that's your sack outlet, so pretty sweet.
Yeah, you have to present it now so it can attack the next turn. I think you, with it together, present probably the... both. Yeah.
Okay, always casting 2 spells at once, just for the showing off.
So the only problematic thing would be another board wipe now. Or target removal on the Vampire.
I've actually seen a sweet line on this one. You can sack the Nezumi, get the Mercenary, then in your turn, use the Mercenary to pump the Nested Shambler.
Ooh.
Then it has 2 power, and if you then
Oh.
sack that, you get 2 more creatures.
I like that.
That's value. That's mono black sack.
Oh my god. Oh my
God damn it. And puts lifelink on it and a plus counter. But still, the Vampire can outgrow everything.
No,
Why not?
because it only until end of turn. So it's like, yes, it cannot grow anything, but you have only lands in hand, and you untap with a 1/1.
Oh, until end of turn? Why is
Yes.
that?
It's not permanently growing.
No.
Yeah, because it gets +2/+2. That would be too crazy.
That's why they only play 3 copies of this.
Yeah, it's a 2 mana 1/1 essentially.
Come on. But that's like Phyrexian Ghoul.
So
but
what I would do
smaller.
here actually is not sack those, right?
And
Just get them
back.
sweep, so you at least get the tokens, and the KCS would have to now put another bridge into it. You would be resetting yourself fully, and then you will have some sunk angle. But I think now, as a black sack player, you're hoping for what are you even hoping for?
But why would you rather have a squirrel and whatever this is than the vampire?
True, maybe. True, you have to sack one that the vampire survives.
Exactly.
Ugh.
You have to choose the vampire or the 2 tokens, and I mean, probably arguments for both lines can
Yeah.
be made, but keeping the vampire, you have, I think, a lot of top deck that utilize on this.
Yeah.
But the KCS stays in play. which is a
Yeah.
bummer.
I think they're arguing now about the stack state because you cannot sack the other tokens to it because you have to proactively sack the like link breaker or something. So yeah.
What?
Now he put the other tokens into play. Then he said, "Hey, the KCS kills the vampire if you don't sack anything." And he's like, "Oh, okay, so I will sack a token." And he's like, "You cannot sack the token because you have to do it before, because otherwise the vampire will die on the Krog sweep."
Yeah, but that's what he did, right? He sacked both of them, and he got the tokens. I don't know.
I think there was a slight misunderstanding, but they cleared it up. So
Okay.
he sacked I don't know which token this is, but he probably sacked the link. It's probably a squirrel. So he sacked the link breaker, survived. The mercenary got swept by the Krog.
Plus the other creature.
Plus the creature.
And that left the squirrel. Yeah.
So, attack.
Okay. Still, I mean, a black seems aheadish on lands, on creatures, on utility, but you play against Affinity still.
Yeah, you're only drawing one card right now.
What is the hand? There's, I think, at least 2 lands, right?
Yeah. It's not looking too good, I would say. Like, you have a Krog with, like, Krog 2/2.
It's like one thing I never understood. What are the matchups for Black Sack? Like, what do you want to face in a tournament if you sign this up? Not Affinity, I assume. Not Junt, I assume.
I mean,
not Dimir Control, I assume.
Why doesn't die to snuff out?
Yeah, but Arms of Hadar and cast on everything.
I mean,
Space Stutter.
On Arms of Hadar, you're already dead, but ideally. What? Yeah, I don't know. It's punishing.
Is it good against red? Is it good against terror?
I would say against terror, it's quite good. Yeah.
Okay, refurb, discard swamp, sack refurb, do the same shenanigans again.
Yeah, try to protect the vampire.
Gain 2 life. Oops. Swing. Attack for 2 life. Link. Alrighty.
I don't respect you.
Playing the attrition game still. Reckoner's Bargain is known. There was a land drop and a refurb and then 1 unknown card in hand. But the problem is this 1 card in hand in Affinity is so much more worth than...
And also what is really bad, with any creature that you now cast on the stack, you can just wipe the Bloodthorn vampire. Like, if you want to present, let me play this Nested Shambler. Nope, you vampire dies.
But you still trade bridges for creatures at that point, which is okay, maybe?
It seems okay, but Affinity will draw out of it and you won't.
Okay, so here now we have Mass Fiend drawn, and it's probably the scenario you just described, yeah. They play it, Krog sacks a bridge, sweeps the vampire, but then at least Jesus. This Fangs on the Krog is actually quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because if now he puts Mass Fiend on the stack, the vampire disappears, then he gets the bargain or whatever is better in the hand, but then next turn they can untap if they draw a land, then the Mass Fiend is gone again.
Yep. And that's exactly what they will do. And they now have to think about which color they want to get rid of.
But still, like, if Affinity has no lands in hand, and they sack a land here, and on the following turn to get rid of the Mass Fiend, they're at 1 land. Even if that's a good land, it's 1 land.
Yeah, but you float the mana and you have your bargain online.
To sack what now?
The Krog. Because you're done now. You're done with
now?
the Krog. Yeah,
I
you're
think
done
they
with
like
the
this
Krog.
lock quite a lot.
You're done with the Krog. It's done its job. Come
Really?
on. Yeah.
Because
You're fine.
if you...
He will take the bargain, for sure.
I hope so, yeah.
Because there's no... Also, he got rid of red as a source.
Just telling it slightly. I don't ever want to cast this. Look at my board. No, but I see an argument
he takes
for
the
keeping
Reverb. That's crazy.
I can see an argument for keeping this KCS. Like, what card beats this now?
You just don't have enough to sack. You have to get back into the game.
Fair.
So right now you just swing, get your life back, get 2 more life.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you sack it and move on with your life. You make a land drop. You gain 1 life from the sacking.
But he wants to do it in the other turn. Maybe, get a little more utility.
Yeah, exactly. You get 1 more extra turn out of this because Black Sack cannot really play anything right now.
But you still have to sack your bridge. I know you just mean sacking it.
Huh?
Keeping what? You mean like activate Krag again and then sack it? Or
No, just sack Krag. Just sack him. You don't need him anymore. It's fine.
no, he doesn't. Okay, now he just wants to draw out of it. Yeah, also I think
I mean, that's also fine.
you will never lose. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome. Okay. We're in business forever again. It's an absolute board lock machine. Like if Blacksack is on an empty board, what are they gonna do against this? They always need 2 cards to beat this, or at least 2 cards.
And also with Blacksack, there's no surprise attack, right? So, I mean, there is a wedding invitation in the deck, but I don't know. I don't think it made the cut post board. So,
And I think I barely ever enjoyed watching Affinity that much. I think Leonard plays this really sweet, like like a lock control deck in a sense. This Krag with fangs is like their. Could you? Yeah, they use it almost like a munitions, I would say. Really stylish munitions.
but it's so crazy. Yeah, I mean, I was not so sure about fangs at the beginning, but this, of course, like sold me a bit.
I think they must have known about this, right? You don't figure this out on the fly.
No, but I'm just not so sure if it's still worth it in the way. Like
This? I mean, this
Do-
answered like 4 cards or something.
Yeah, right now it's
And
worth
gained
it,
1
yes.
million life.
Ah, okay, you are right.
No,
So, did he draw a land? Yes.
yeah. And that's probably why you have to play cast down also on the black sack, because
Yeah,
you just
I
don't
think so
get
too.
rid of this.
Yeah, I think, especially on the play, you probably, I don't know, take cast down over the Fiend. I mean, there's also some argument for Fiend on the play, like you, but
What do you mean? To keep it in or to play it?
yeah, I mean, if you side in cast down more, if you like on the play or on the draw.
I think you just need it in general to answer KCS.
I think so too. And I think it's more pressing than the Mess Fiend probably. Because if in doubt, it can also like get rid of a blocker in a lethal turn.
Yeah.
And the Mess Fiend is like, oh, I take a card for 2 mana. You will probably draw out of it anyway.
No, I mean, I think they're both really good.
But then you're isn't like, what are you taking out? Are you taking out the cute right of consumption plan?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's also nice to just hit 10 damage and then finish off the game.
Yeah.
It's also useful. No, I think against Affinity, I think what this game showed is that you have to respect their tools. You cannot go in on, I'm going to play my plan A, I don't care about blah, blah, blah. They have tools against you that one card beats the whole deck, you have the feeling. So you have to, I think, go for Mass Fiend.
And Krag now activated for once with the spell bomb, so it's gonna gain 4 life. He's gonna get back the breath weapon.
It's completely over, no? I mean, he has no red mana, but
and he's gonna draw a
he
card
has
off
2
it.
tokens now. Probably still 2 lands in hand at least.
Yeah, so I think this is now, I mean, of course, Blacksack has to play this until end, right? So this is because Affinity's up 1-0. But
But Thorsten is already slamming the table.
Yeah, there's no way to come back from this, right?
Yeah, in Blacksack you always need this mix of sack fodder, sack outlet, and then some extra effects to pay off, like a beetle that grows. And here you are at the absolute end game and you cannot assemble the stuff, especially not if there is a Krag chilling around.
And I don't think this deploying your fodder right now is the right call. I think, especially when there's a breath weapon, I think the only way that does anything right now is if you draw, for example, your Accursed Marauder. So the Krag dies and the enemy is cut off red completely. So your only hope is that Affinity doesn't draw a red land, basically, right? I mean, we're talking outs in a very, very unfavorable game
Yeah,
right
but
now.
even if they don't deploy breath weapon, what are you doing here as Black Sack? Like even if they don't breath weapon, they have Krag to breath weapon.
No, that's why I meant you have to like draw your Accursed Marauder, so the Krag dies,
And then okay.
and don't deploy any fodder anymore right now because Krag will sweep that away. So you will keep your fodder in hand. You dig for your one answer to kill the Krag.
I linked out of this because I think a Cursed Marauder is not in the deck anymore. Because if you want to keep a removal effect, then Cast Down is so clearly better here than
Yes.
the Cursed Marauder, I think, that you would probably board it out.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so too. Yeah. So, I don't know. But I don't think any cast downs came in.
Oh, and look, during we talked, the Cursed Marauder plan just disappeared into 3 Enforcer.
You don't need any red mana for that.
Where did they come from? I thought he had like 3 cards in hand.
Podcast.
Well. Podcast. Good magic card.
Yeah, I think he drew, like, there's a Mess Fiend and I think, like, one more Shambler in hand of Black Sack, which is, of course, only more fodder, doesn't do anything.
This is a 2-turn clock.
And the problem for Black Sack is, like, you cannot... Yeah, there's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing you can do.
Now that these Enforcers have entered, it's absolutely over.
Even before, there was nothing you can do.
Yeah. I mean, there you could... probably a person knowing the deck could tell you, like, a 3-4 card combo that gets out of this. And it probably starts with Cast Down.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I think the main problem always will be you only can have either fodder or a sack outlet on the board at the same time, because you can never have both, because Krag will sweep either one before.
Yeah, now we both said it. Like, anything that you want to do with Black Set starts with getting rid of this Krag, which, yeah, it never happened.
Yeah, and they had, like, also Torsten now realized it and was like, well, I guess we can save some time, save some nerves for the next game.
Yeah, and I mean, this just sucks, right? You pass the turn, you get attacked by 3 4/4s, and you block them with your 3 1/1s to untap one more, to draw one more swamp, to pass again, to then ultimately die. I mean, who would want to go through that?
Yeah, really unfortunate. And also, Affinity had the right tools at the same time, at the right time, I would say.
And now we get to see the boarding, actually. So we see Breath Weapon.
There's a Cursed Marauder still in the deck.
Okay, so but then I would assume that they also have Cast Down in now, because...
Yeah, but I don't think so. I don't think they put in Cast Down, because they put in Mess Fiend, and the deck becomes too clunky if you put in too many of those sideboard cards.
Why would you play Marauder over Cast Down? Just for the being a creature?
I think I wouldn't in against KCS. I wouldn't. Just for KCS, the Cast Down is a auto include, I would say. Right? Like, or just for any, basically. So Affinity, of course, put in the Breath Weapons and the Fangs.
Yeah, that's it.
So not even a duress. So I think they were not even afraid of anything. I think they just said, hey,
you draw your 2 cards, or you do your supernatural stamina.
I don't care. Yeah, okay. I will draw better than you anyway.
And they took out 2 aggressive cards and 1 value card. Makes sense. And maybe we get to see Torsten's boarding as well.
Yeah, but I think the lesson is taken, like against KCS, you just have to have Cast Down, because as soon as this creature is on the board, you are essentially locked out of the game. Or you have to force it, but kind of locked out of the game.
I mean, it only becomes a problem if you also have Toxin, Blowgun, or Fangs. Because if you don't have these, then Cast Down is pretty useless against KCS. But yeah, you have to probably respect that if Affinity draws its 30 cards per game, they will probably assemble Krag plus something nice, and for that you need Cast Down.
It's usually 1 Blowgun, 2 Toxin, and 1 Fangs, so it's like 4 cards. So
they will find it.
They will definitely find it.
Yes. And as you saw also in time, I mean, Torsten had a really good start, I would say, and they put Affinity to 8 life on turn 3, 4, something like that. And we saw the hand.
Yeah.
Affinity had nothing but this Fangs. But yeah, they draw out of these situations by casting Thoughtcast and whatever.
Yeah. And if you can draw your KCS, then you win.
Yes. All right. Nothing more to add. See you in the next one. Okay, welcome back to round 5, the finals. Both players on 4-0. And we have Michel on Jund and Leon on Red Synth, or Red Pingers, I would say. Leon we've seen before in round 3 against Ferries, and Michel we have not so far.
I mean, I have seen Michel.
You have seen Michel during game day.
Game 1, I was paired against Michel. And we played the Jund Wildfire Mirror.
Okay.
And he played I played the more threatening version with the Gixians, and he played the more value.
And he won. You played the more threatening version, and he won, right?
You see,
is that what you're trying to say?
You see, like, if the deck is stacked in a way that he draws only removal and then his threats, and I only draw threats and then nothing,
then you were probably unfavored, yeah.
No, but it was a really good game. I think Michel plays Jund quite well. I definitely got I just got outvalued because there's more value in his deck. So he's doing the whole like 2 eviscerators, like the stock list from some time ago with Lembas and stuff.
Okay, let's put it in other words. Like, if you would have to use the name of a dish to describe to people not knowing what the Jund Wildfire Mirror feels like, what dish would you choose? Like, put it in a dish.
Szechuan soup.
What? What soup?
Like Szechuan?
What is that?
Like very spicy Chinese soup.
Is it also greasy and like soggy and it's sticking between your teeth?
It's just you kind of have to hurry and you're suffering the whole time.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, there we have it. There we have the aspects of this mirror. Okay, so looking at the actual game, we have Jund on the play and describe the wildfire interaction on turn 2 and on.
Oh, you see how he's flipping through his deck? Oh, that's a Jund player with experience. How fast?
Takes the swamp, so that probably means that they have a forest in hand. And Leon started with an Epicure and is now looking at the 3 lands.
Oh, you see this beautiful shuffling, dude?
Man, what is up with you and the fantasies of the Jund Wildfire mechanics?
This is art.
He's just playing a deck.
Oh, this is saving so much time down the line.
I think you're projecting because you want to sit on this finals table and shuffle your deck.
Interestingly, he didn't pull out the Greenland.
Yeah, that's what I just said. And I assume that he has the
Green Bridge. Yeah, he has
a forest in hand, but probably a bridge and no Chrysalis, which is good news for
red
deck.
That's
They present 3 creatures instead of 3 lands on turn 3, so that's how these decks play, I would say.
Yeah, down to 15 already.
Mm-hmm.
And
quite the menacing board.
No blocker in sight right now, so there's going to be at least 4 damage swinging in the next turn as well.
And he didn't take the forest because he knew that you were going to top deck it. And he's just drawing away. I mean, the cards right now do nothing to the board. It's Spellbomb, Fountain, Wellspring. And he just draws through the deck. Now he has at least a life gain card, but he needs a land in the grave for that. And he's going to go down to at least 11.
Yeah.
In the meantime...
there's really no way also to get something in the grave right now. That's bad.
We have Leon on 3 lands, so that's, I think, important development.
Let's see. Does he flip a...
Okay, unfortunately, flipping a mountain that he cannot use, but maybe the hand has more gas.
I think 2 more Tomb Raiders would be great. It's a lightning bolt, I think.
It's a chain lightning, I would say. Double chain lightning phase, going to 9. Swing
for 4.
Go to 5. What you gonna do, Jund Wildfire?
Jund is...
That's sick. If you're on the play and on you untap turn 4 and you're already at 5 looking at 4 attack, that's
but
pretty rough
that's
start.
free because you top deck the KCS, you throw in your Wellsprings and a bridge, and you pulls back the bridge.
Yeah, but he didn't.
I don't know what he drew.
I think he top decked a vault.
And that's... Oh! It's not a
That
vault.
was the top deck.
Yes, that was the top deck.
So boring.
And we have a game again. Yeah. So let's see. But I mean, still 5 life and no way to gain life this turn. So you have 2 blood tokens, which you can cycle to find more burn. You realistically only need 2 bolts.
You need to tap mana, yes.
So I guess the combat route is pretty dead. You're gonna like block Epicures with the
No, but that's
spawns.
fine. You still attack, right?
Yeah, because you
'Cause-
want to get rid of the
yeah.
spawns so the enemy doesn't untap with a lot of mana on their turn.
You can also present Lightning Bolt because the Chrysalis is presumably gonna block the
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Yep.
We don't know, but could be. So this is still the position where red can push through. If there is nothing more of relevance in the giant's
Yep.
hand, you can work your way through a Chrysalis. I have suffered this fate before.
Yeah, but not drawing anything right now. So Jant now with the do I wildfire a basic land to unlock my pulse? Or I could just play the Blood Fountain. Yeah, okay, you're gonna ramp. You can also play the Blood Fountain and with the Blood Token cycle away a land off your hand.
Yeah, or you could, if it's only for the life gain, you could also wait until something hits the grave.
No, yeah, but you wanna like set up that you can do it at instant speed, like everything of that. Like you can, because on
Yeah.
5 life you're sweating, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you're dead to 2 lightning bolt,
Yeah.
but apparently he didn't have it, so you're not sweating that much anymore, right? I would
I
assume
mean, he
that
didn't have it
creatures
now, yeah, but I mean, maybe he had one and he just needs to draw the other one.
could be, yeah. Yeah, you're probably playing for this out. Play your
Yeah, I would like.
fountain,
Yeah, I would put everything in.
but now it's not enough mana anymore. So he didn't go for the everything. He went for the wildfire line.
Yeah. I mean, I think I disagree with this because you have one way of dying right now, and otherwise you're pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So at least setting up the blood fountain so that in theory you have access to doing it.
Yeah, I agree that it seems worth more than making the wildfire play. Oh, but on what now? He can return. Yeah, you can exactly. You can return the mountain.
I didn't. Yeah, it's true. He discarded a bunch of mountains last turn.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so it was set up, and in that way, you don't need to. You can go for the wildfire
I was
line.
totally not. Yeah, of course he got rid of a bunch of. I was thinking about that. The enemy didn't have legal targets, but yeah, he blood tokened them away.
But wait, he must be at 11 now, right?
He should be at 11, yeah. Or did he get 1 damage or something? Was it a lava dart?
Yeah, I don't really.
Yeah, I think that's
it's lava dart.
yeah, I think
in
it's a lava
response to
dart.
lava dart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think you want to get the lava dart into the grave. So once you maybe get a pinger or something, you can maximize for free. But I don't think the mana is bottlenecking. Oof, yeah. It's not bottlenecking you anyways right now.
And now that the graveyard has done the job, it gets exiled to draw 1 more card.
Yeah. Okay, I take everything back. Michel is playing on really, really well. He saw the out and yeah.
Yeah, and probably by now he can tell that there's not too much action in Leon's hand.
Yeah, for
Leon
sure.
didn't activate the synthesizer to get more creatures to overwhelm. So yeah, now at
Ooh, KCS
9,
is
10
a good
life.
draw. That is a good draw. I mean, I feel you're still digging for your toxins because you wanna gain more life, or your Lambas or something, like 9 life is still not the most comfortable, I would say.
Yeah, but Lava Dart is gone. Yeah, you're right.
So that's
I would just, I don't know. You cannot protect it against a lightning bolt anyways, so I would just put it down and use it.
the KCS.
I have the feeling Toxin is not really for the mono red matchup.
I mean, I would put down the KCS just as an insurance right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would not use it right now. I would just put it down as an insurance, so I make sure that the enemy doesn't go wide anymore. They can't go wide anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think you don't need to wait for Toxin. That's what I'm saying.
No, but I don't say that you wait for Toxin for the KCS. I say you need to draw a Toxin to gain more life. Probably also by targeting the Chrysalis or something. Like, you can potentially also target the Chrysalis and swing in. So you just need a little more life to be really comfortable, I'm saying.
Yeah, but here, for example, I would not even consider putting it on Krug because you also lose your Chrysalis.
You have a Blood Fountain on board. Come on, like it doesn't matter at all. I mean,
it doesn't matter, but I don't see the upside actually of putting it on the Krug.
Yeah, right now they would gain a roughly equal amount of life. So I would also say it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, you could also just put it on the Chrysalis and swing in.
Okay, so the Sinti is being flipped. It reveals Lightning Bolt, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
Lightning Bolt face, it looks like.
Yep. And there's a Samurai token that should be entered. Probably Leon thinks, well, this is not going to survive anyway. Why bother grabbing my tokens?
And what's the token next to the Chrysalis? Is it also the Eldrazi? He had different looking Eldrazi's before.
Yeah, I think it's an Eldrazi, and I think he considered sacking it and then didn't do it. Now he's gonna sack it. See, sacking stuff into the Krug, so it must have been an artifact?
Yeah, probably Clue or no, not a Clue or something, yeah.
But I mean,
3 of them, drawing 3 cards. Okay, the board is wiped without further ado.
Yeah, I mean, look at these draws, dude. Oh.
And you're right, the only thing that can happen now is 3 lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's basically, the board is over. The combat is over.
But that's why I'm saying, like, you're still digging for a little bit of life gain. And I think it's still highly, very high priority right now to gain a little more life.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't think even like taking a card right now, I don't think is even that good because you know that the enemy is full of shit.
What do you mean taking a card?
With playing the refurb. I mean, of course you do it, but
you put up a 3-turn clock from now on.
Yeah, I guess. So there's no instant speed besides pulse of gaining life, so you don't even have to bluff it right now in game 1.
Toxin.
I guess. Yeah, but Toxin has to block or has to swing or something. I mean, I'm just saying you dig now in your main phase for more. You don't need to like keep anything open right now.
Okay, and he's probably gonna start swinging for 6 now. And you can see he's confident, like he's not even keeping up the spawns for any potential haste business. But yeah, probably a Chrysalis and a refurb are enough.
Ooh, throwing in the
tapping
blood
fountain.
Sacking the blood fountain, yeah. So.
Yeah, there could be Toxin and then you play Vault and still have Toxin. Okay, finally the Chrysalis hits for 6.
Yep.
And we got 1 gazillion permanents against 4 mountains.
Yeah, the not playing the Clockwork Percussionist is interesting. Ooh, there was a lightning bolt in hand even. Ooh, rip it.
Is this Lava Dart?
I think it's a Lava Dart. That's not gonna do anything.
I mean, you could flip this in, find a land, then use Lava Dart to kill the refurbs.
Nah.
have one more turn to live.
But that's
Something.
no, that's interesting. I think now I think the previous turn from Leon, maybe Leon didn't anticipate that refurbs coming down could strip his entire hand, because if you had a clockwork and a lightning bolt in hand and you flipped the synth basically to find more.
He had a clockwork in hand.
Yeah, percussionist.
And you were surprised that he didn't play it out, or what?
Yeah, that he rather use 3 mana to crack the synth rather than keep like just saying land go. Or like even deploying the clockwork, swinging in and keeping open 1 mana for the bolt. Okay, so it's gonna sack the spell bomb here, pay black of course, draw 3. Oh, that's a Lambas. Yum, 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 yum.
Okay, Lambas puts him back to 12, so now it's, I think 12 damages.
No, I mean he's on 6, right? It's not 9.
Okay.
So
And there's Lava Dart in exile or in the grave?
I think it's exiled because the refurbs were taken out.
So this is 10 damage, go down to 4.
I think now you just play Lambas, crack it in response, and hope to draw it immediately. Yeah. See, like, Michael knows his stuff, you know. It's beautiful to see. And now look at the shuffling, please.
You're in the Michael fan club or what? we can give them an award for shuffling his deck beautifully. I think that could be a special prize.
So now another land and passing. So cast down open. So even if there should be like a pinger and some weird business, I don't think with 3 lands you can really realistically do a lot of damage. I mean, the maximum amount of damage with the amounts of land is probably a Fire Blast right now. Flipping a Gulf Blast, which is also completely dead.
Yeah, this game is over.
Yep, let's see what the sideboards have to offer. So, what do you think will... I mean, yeah, Junt is pretty obvious.
Junt has this beautiful sideboard against mono red, actually. They can bring in 3 weather, 2 troublemaker oof. I mean, they look a bit unseemingly, but you can blow up a lot of relevant artifacts, and the 2/2 blocker is just a sweet thing. Then what else? Maybe Cast into the Fire, and then 2 breath weapons. So yeah, around 8 cards that can go in on the Junt side. And okay, let's see what menace the mono red deck has with them. There's 2 Smash to Smithereens, 3 Relics if they want to contest the pulse. I don't know.
Pyroblast irrelevant, Flaring Pain irrelevant, End the Festivities.
Pretty irrelevant. And then 3 Cast into the Fire. I love that.
There is an argument for the Festivities.
Just against the refurbs and the spawns.
Yeah. I mean, you're going wide a little bit.
I don't know. If this saves you, I would be surprised, actually.
I mean, it deals a damage with a pinger, maybe more. It answers the KCS. It answers
sorcery speed, though.
Yeah, but I mean, if there's a KCS, I mean, okay.
No.
You know what? Lava Dart also answers KCS, so you don't need that.
No, I don't think.
You don't think so? It's only for fairies or something?
Even against fairies, it's like way worse than you would think.
No.
You always have these crazy scenarios.
No.
I can blow up 3 fairies with it, but in reality, sorcery speed. But Cast into the Fire also deals 2 damage to creatures. So I would say that Cast into the Fire, the damage mode is often more relevant than... like, this can look like a board wipe as well. But more importantly, it can, on the play, mess up a Wildfire play.
Oh, yes.
Or can get rid of other problematic artifacts, like Lambas probably not, but Blood Fountain, I don't know, Refurb maybe. But yeah, mostly the playing the little Ponza game, instant speed.
I don't even know, you're probably siding out Blood Fountain here.
Yeah.
So it's, of course, the bridge, you can sweep the spawns on the stack when Chrysalis has not entered the battlefield yet. Also, so the Chrysalis dies to bolt again. Also quite good. But yeah, of course, you want to have the turn 1 Great Furnace Tomb Raider, turn 2 Cast into Fire the Tap Land.
I mean, it's a pretty sweet line.
Yeah.
You can, and if you do this once or twice in the early, sometimes Junt can get stuck on it.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least if you have the Tomb Raider going, it's a really sweet tempo play. And you can develop behind this, whereas Junt, at least on the draw, can't really.
Yeah. And also, as you said, it's not dead in the late also, right? Like,
Yeah.
Of course you want to see it in the early turns, but if you find it later and you can remove 2 blockers, also good.
And I think if you just think of the board states of the last game, the dealing 2 damage to creatures is almost as good as the Festivities. I mean, Festivities does 1 damage phase, but on the previous board, Cast into the Fire would have almost done the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, of course, you don't want to cast it on 2 spawns unless it's almost lethal.
Yeah.
But I think a really important card for Leon here is the first Reckless Impulse, just to generate more damage.
Mm-hmm.
And also the Keswick Flame Breather for the same reason. If
Yeah.
you stick this and Junt can't find Cast Down or can't afford Krark for 3 and such, you're just piling up damage. And if the first 3 turns do these 8 or 10 damage,
Mm-hmm.
and then the pinger gets in some more, you resolve all your Reckless Impulses against Junt. So once you're at 3 or 4 mountains, snowballing sounds fancy in the face of Junt. But yeah, playing turn 1 Tomb Raider, you will see Tapland here. Let's see.
Please exile the bridge. Come on. Please.
Okay, this was the land drop before card drawn.
Yes. And also, yeah.
Okay.
So, let's see if...
Okay.
No.
No cast, but
Oh.
even better, 5 damage. We love it.
Dude, that's...
Now that Kuldota Rebirth is
no.
banned, the really broken stuff can take over.
You have a Krark, and I see Junt has a Krark in hand.
But you're not gonna sack 2 bridges.
No, and you don't want to deploy it because if it gets destroyed,
he
you have
still
to, I
does it.
guess. Oh my god!
That's crazy.
If this gets lava darted now, or like bolted, or
just
anything,
bolted.
if you
No, this is
Red has to
why?
throw something at it right now, anything.
Why this?
I mean, I think you just don't have another out probably.
Yeah, but what you gonna do? Sack 2 bridges now?
I mean,
Seriously, what are you gonna do?
I think you're hoping that it just survives the turn.
Your out is
Your out is against red.
that it survives.
Yes, or that, yeah.
That's not you put the whole game on the line of this,
Or that.
Oh, Keswick Flame
Keswick.
Breather.
So, I mean, you have enough land drops in hand. No, you're just gonna, yeah. So I think now you can play a Wellspring and another land, and you just can throw both of them in if push comes to shove.
Okay, and he has 1 more land, right? Yeah, 1 more
Yeah.
bridge.
Or you probably play.
But now it's chill. You
Yeah.
can play a bridge and a Wellspring,
Yeah.
and then at least wipe everything. But
Interestingly, he took in Cast into Fire as a sideboard card.
Oh, he has it? Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
1 off. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think decent card.
Yeah, I just didn't realize they have like Cast into Fire on the sideboard of Junt.
I think we read over it, or I pointed to it quickly.
So maybe I think the only decision point right now is do I mean,
Do
which
I activate for
artifact
2 or do I activate for 3? I think that's the question.
you draw and you draw another case, yes, okay. That's pretty good.
I mean, you have to blow now. Oh, no.
No, you don't.
Yeah, no, you don't. I was thinking about the card from the Clockwork.
No, you do it in the combat step.
Yeah. But I think the Keswick survives. You cannot blow up two
no,
lands here.
No. That's
So the Keswick survives. You stay at 8. Yeah, you can even block the Keswick. And I mean, what is this Keswick line telling you? Either Leon has no bolt in hand, or they just want to go over the KCS.
Yeah, or they wanna have maybe like an impulse or something that they wanna get some additional value out of. Could
1 damage, yeah.
Yeah, could also be the case. But yeah, I think okay, he's gonna oh my god. He thought about it for a long time. And he really doesn't want to take the pinger damage. This is why he's doing it now.
But he's setting himself. Yeah,
Oh, that's risky. That's
well, of course, he top decks an untapped mountain of all things. An untapped mountain.
That's crazy.
Awesome.
But that's very risky. That's very risky.
Then again, Max might be stuck on.
Yeah, that's the impulse.
Okay. Impulse. Max might be stuck on 2 lands actually.
Ooh, no land. Ooh.
And if Max
No land
cannot
drop.
use the tempo now,
Oy.
then this land destruction might just be inefficient in 2 more turns. Okay, so play untapped, get engine rolling, draw a card, work their way back into the game.
Another untapped land. Let's go.
Oh man, we cannot end this day on this game.
Yeah, he's gonna play Synth first before making his land drop, of course, and it's gonna be a Synth. Oh, this
play Epicure or Synth now. Yeah,
but you need to play the Epicure. This is your window now to win. So you need to push the damage and present creatures.
My goodness, the risk that the Junt deck took. Play out the Krog, it survives, then sack 3 cards to get rid of the Keswick, and then it doesn't get punished because the red deck is stuck on land.
But if the hand would look any other way of red, this probably wouldn't have worked, I guess.
I don't know what the hand looked like.
But
I mean, you played 4 creatures on the first 3 turns, so there are probably not too many of them left.
Yeah.
And you don't have a burn spell, presumably, in hand. So the hand is probably draw spells and Kessicks. Or lands. No lands, he would have played on turn 2.
Yeah. So he's gonna... Maybe he's gonna... is he gonna develop the KCS now? Or the Lambas?
It's so crazy. Junt is still dead, right? I mean, okay, now they got a life gain card, but next turn...
It's still only answering the board.
But next turn they can yeah, of course. Next turn they can play Chrysalis and crack the Lambas. And they now got Weather the Storm, KCS, and Cast into the Fire as a backup. Okay, so let's see. Do they untap? Okay, that's 4 damage phase. And that's another damage phase. Okay. Eventually, the burn spells showed up in Leon's hand, and Leon was able to finish the game.
Dude, but the top deck of Junt was kind of ridiculous.
Unbelievable, yeah.
I mean,
this. If they put Leon on no burn in hand, or very little burn in hand, then I somewhat see this getting rid of the Keswick, but on the other hand, you put so much on the line of this play.
Yeah.
You put so high stakes on certain cards being in opponent's hand or not. Whew, but yeah, got rewarded twice for the most ridiculous risky line to be taken.
Because imagine if it was another Tomb Raider.
Oh, but wait, no, he didn't. Oh yeah, he was rewarded by staying in the game, but then eventually got killed. Okay. Turns out Tomb Raider into Tomb Raider Percussionist on the play is quite a thing in a mono red deck. And enough sometimes to seal the whole deal. Okay, so between games, I don't know if we have seen boarding. Maybe the red deck saw the power of KCS now, and it's at least potential to stabilize. And let's see if Giant Wildfire on the play can wiggle themselves out of this, which usually means somewhat stabilizing the board, and then just outgrind the impulses and out-life gain the burn.
Yeah, so let's see what the starting hands look like. I also see a KCS in a breath weapon in the starting hand of Junt with enough lands.
But the problem with there's also Wildfire, right?
And a Wildfire, and a bridge.
Because I was about to say, if you have these refurb board wipe hands, they look like snap keep. I want to play this. And then you figure out, okay, on the next 4 turns, I just draw nonsense and I never get going, and you can lose these games actually against impulse decks.
But with the Wildfire on turn 2 on the play, so you can't even get your bridge exiled, you know.
That helps a lot.
That helps a lot.
But still, after this Wildfire, there is no more card draw. So it could be that Michel somewhat gets these board wipes stranded in hand and doesn't progress after the refurb. It could be. They could also top deck Rico Wellspring.
Of course.
Everything is back to 0.
Tomb Raider turn 1.
Tomb Raider start. Here we go.
Oh, that's nice. That's just so good to see.
Okay, and there's Lambas, one of the better draws.
Yes.
Let's get things going with Wildfire. Put yourself from 2 to 4 mana on the next turn, which is really crucial for Junt, being able to double spell.
Yeah.
And then next turn we can see like Lambas into Refurb or Refurb is enough for now to answer this Tomb Raider, potentially.
Interesting. I think maybe there's one more land card in hand, but fetching another swamp is, I think, interesting.
I stopped talking in the moment. I was really surprised by this swamp.
I was also surprised because your hand is entirely red almost, and green is your life gain. So
yeah, and you don't have Chrysalis.
Yeah.
You don't have Chrysalis mana yet, so.
But I think there's a forest at the very left in the hand.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes some sense.
And then everything makes sense.
And then you need double black. Okay, and we're back at the situation where Michel needs to figure out if they want to blow the KCS for 3 or just for 2.
It's you don't need to do anything right now. Like, you have an instant speed breath ram, but you can either, I think, even
another Wildfire.
Yeah. So maybe you can even.
This is Lambas into Refurb into KCS, right? I mean, you can, after that, you can wipe the board, and you're at 3 lands, they are at 3 lands, you're at 16, whatever. Go keep playing.
I think you cannot do anything. You have done enough artifacts, so the refurb costs 2 if you deploy your Lambas. So you cannot play all at the same turn. That's unfortunate.
Okay.
I think also Michel maybe is considering, do I take the risk of further developing with another Wildfire? You know?
Yeah, but then you cannot. You can play the Lambas, but then you cannot play the Refurb. I think the Refurb you need to play here.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he decides to do something else, but just looking at the game state, I would say you need to play the Refurb. Yeah,
sure. You know what? It's getting rid of card. It's blocking the Raider, the Tomb Raider. So yeah, it's, I think, probably the best bet to do.
Yeah, and the earlier the
merrier.
The discard, the worse for the opponent.
Ooh.
Okay. Ignoring these
that's
lines.
So greedy.
So there's no refurb this turn. Unless you top deck now something, I don't know what.
That's
Lambas then.
That's wild.
And that's 3 more damage for you.
Or you're faking the weather, but probably not. Or maybe you do.
You could play weather. Doesn't he have weather?
No. Weather is not in hand.
Oh, okay. You top decked it late.
Oh, no. Do you want to? You have to play it. Then
then you have to play Lambas.
Yeah.
Okay, this is also a risk again. Like,
yep.
You can play more safely by presenting a blocker, maybe eating up another bolt, getting rid of 2 more cards in hand.
Oh, another refurb though. Like, next turn is gonna be really disgusting.
Yeah, but let's see. Actually, now red is on 3 lands and completely free play. So this is scary territory. You could go to under 10 here easily.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like, there's 3 combat damage definitely on the board right now. Impulse pings for 1. Let's see if
Lightning Bolt, Mountain. So you can play these until the next turn.
Yeah, end of next
Don't
turn.
have to play them right now, but it's chain lightning. Okay, it's one
Oh,
ping
that's
damage.
Actually, kind of nice getting rid of cards in hand, right? So refurb doesn't get rid of it.
Yeah, and this is Now you take 2 free damage from the Tomb Raider, and by now one of these chain lightnings would have probably hit the refurb, or like vice versa. Okay, so time to stabilize now from Michel on
Yeah, I
8
think-
life.
I think that was greedy. I think you should. Yeah,
It's
you
greedy,
should've-
but now he also has 6 mana.
yeah,
which
but
is also
still, it
huge.
was.
No, but that's also huge. Now he can play refurb, crack the Lambas, and have 2 mana left for whatever nonsense, like Fanatical Offering.
I mean, the first refurb costs 2/1. Yeah, true. Yeah. And you also have a land drop secured.
And now it's also Pulse in hand, which is really
Yeah, I
sweet.
think. Yeah,
But it's true, yeah, refurb costs 2 still. That sucks.
I think it's fine. They're still that's still crazy. Come on, you get you strip the entire hand now, and I think there's another clockwork. Oof, this is so hard to see.
And I mean, last turn was actually Leon's window to deploy a clockwork.
Yep, I would also say so.
But I mean, then you only have Gulf Blast and Impulse in hand, so okay, maybe you want to use this Impulse.
Hmm.
Okay, so now they're empty-handed. Okay, there's still a Lightning Bolt and the ping, so that's already 8 damage. So Lightning Bolt is still not GG because of Lambas.
Yeah, there's Lambas and. I mean, Pulse has no. Pulse has the only legal target, I guess, is the clockwork that got discarded.
Better than nothing. But he decides to
Yeah.
play.
KCS is
Krag.
just insurance.
That's so sweet, actually. I think Kasich is. I think I always have the feeling I don't really like Kasich, but Kasich's purpose is to dodge Breath Weapon. Like, Breath Weapon would have been so good.
What?
Okay, he's doing it now.
What? And no black mana to sack the Krag to draw cards. But I think he's saying you're in top deck mode right now. I know that you're dealing me 3 damage in the next turn. How much more can one card do?
But this is also risky.
Yeah,
There are
I think it's
many-
also greedy.
So many top decks that multiply this Lightning Bolt.
I also think it's kind of greedy.
Yeah, so now it's already 4 damage. Play land.
But next turn you're set up to pulse your Krag back or your refurb back, so
That helps. That does help.
so maybe that's even just playing very close to the sun, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how you could put it, actually.
Yeah, it's
And it's not even saying it's wrong, it's just risky.
yeah, it's risky, but it's setting up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
mean
now
now
what-
it's
You take Krag.
yeah, you have a toxin in hand.
But, oh, man. Yeah, okay, you
And if
cycle
you-
with
yeah.
the clue.
Yeah, and if
In
you
the end,
waste
it's
the
card
and
neutral,
then
yeah.
if a burn lands on case, I mean you can even do it right now in theory, but I think there's no need because you're back on 10 and there's still 1 card a turn only drawn.
But the upside is that you prevent the hasters or what? What is the upside here to not?
Yes, yeah.
And it's also risky because you could now it's in Lightning Bolt range again.
Who?
The Krag.
Yeah, but you heal by 3.
What do you mean you heal?
Now if the Krag takes a bolt, you're happy. You're like, okay.
Yeah, but then it doesn't do Death Touch to the pinger.
Yeah, but he's still in top deck mode. It's I think Michel right now is saying, hey, you're drawing 1 card a turn right now. You have 1 creature.
You mean he's just presenting the Krag to chill there forever?
Yeah,
now?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Makes sense.
And now he can think about it.
And what is this? This is Smash the
Smash
Smithereen.
and a land. So now he could, in theory, toxin and block. Yeah. Or he can also just offer it. But I would probably give a toxin, get rid of the pinger.
That would be so sweet if you now just offered it.
No.
At that point.
You can offer you can even offer the clue or the.
No,
you
he
can
doesn't
offer
even
the
need to
bridge.
suck anything. He just gets
Yeah,
touch.
exactly.
One less life, but still.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, your thing dies, my thing dies. I gain life.
Okay, and we have to give credit to Leon. I think there's quite a few cards he's just not familiar with. Like, he was reading through Wildfire before. He's probably not seen a like instant speed death touch thingy coming. He just ran into this right now, which can happen.
This is totally fair. Like,
I think it's a crazy achievement to make it to the final table. If you're not familiar with all the cards in the format, it's actually incredible.
Mm-hmm. And you see also that's like nicely printed proxies. So
it's Pokemon cards, right? Is it confirmed that it's Pokemon cards with the yellow frames?
With the yellow frame, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. So and with the Pokemon sleeves, so that's so nice. There's only one valid target for it, but you have to cast it now. So he will offer it in response. So it fizzles. Oh, that's so dirty.
Nah, that's not dirty. That's correct. Correct.
Yeah,
lines.
but I mean, yeah. Of course it's correct, but I mean, you know, you flip your smash, you're forced to play it, and then the evil Junt player just says, I don't think so.
Yeah. It's one of the few stack interactions that Junt has going for itself. It can make its own permanence disappear for value.
For value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a map.
Draw 2.
We've seen it before.
Ooh, weather the storm.
Weather the storm. And this game looks to be over, sadly.
But there's no there's no gas
answer.
or something. Like you have
That's
to
true.
like there's nothing really happening in the hand of Junt right now besides
Okay, now they're
utility.
fetching lands before cracking clue. I'm surprised. Could have also cracked the clue here. Maybe he wants to get double red first, or
or
crack
maybe
the clue
another
on own turn.
Draw spell or something. Because I think it's the only artifact you have right now. It's the only thing you can sacrifice. Or you have a bridge in hand, I guess. But
That makes sense, yeah.
yeah, but if you find like eviscerators or something, a fanatical offering, for example, I think you wanna deploy that on the clue because you don't wanna get rid of another land.
I would get rid of land here instead of clue.
I think you don't need to.
This draws one more card.
Yeah, but you don't need to. Like you're setting yourself back one land for what? Like, there's not.
You draw one less card.
Over the course of the game, it's gonna be irrelevant. The one card.
It's never irrelevant to draw one less card.
Again, in this game state against red, it's highly irrelevant.
I mean, what is he doing? Why is he chaining all the draw spells to draw more cards?
Oh, it wasn't even a clue. It was a map already, right? Because he sacked it and he didn't switch the tokens, so.
That makes some sense.
Not even casting the weather right now. Like, now he's patient.
What, 9 life is not enough?
Oh, And like, if this is one of the moments where I wish you could just like reveal your hand to your enemy and say, "Come on."
You mean the Junt hand?
Yeah. Drawing cast down, Chrysalis.
Okay, so finally the pinger is answered. This clockwork is gonna deal 1 million more damage, but Junt is gonna get 2 million more life.
Yeah. You're stalling the board indefinitely.
And I mean, it's the beauty of the deck. You look at this board state and you're like, what has this Junt deck going for it? Some completely irrelevant permanence, right? Yeah, haha. But you got his hand stacked with action, and no matter what's gonna happen here,
You're gonna
you're gonna find the stuff.
put some toxin on it. You're gonna sweep with one map.
Give the red deck one more card, which is probably fine because of now weather is already.
Yeah, weather is a thing, and
Storm
also I think it's much better to know what you will run into. So you just bite the bullet, like flip it now.
It's a tough bullet. You bite it.
And see, what's gonna be in for me on the next turn.
Yeah, I think weather seals the deal because
Yeah.
if if somewhat Jund would be in burn range, okay, but
That's Storm count 2 with 2 mana right now.
yeah, he is offering in hand whatever else. Not made a land drop yet. This could be 12 or 15 life pretty soon.
So gaining 3 off of that interaction.
Flipping a furnace.
Mm-hmm. So you're even less concerned now. You have only 1 green, right? Yeah.
So no Chrissy plus. But what is this? Cast on.
I think there was a... Yeah. There's an argument to be made to...
Just weather, do nothing, draw a clue. Yeah, you could do that. Nope. Chrissy enters the scene. 10 life is enough. And I think that's correct. I mean, what could Leon top deck? Impulse into nothing that kills. Jund.
Impulse, I mean, yeah. On an empty board, you would hope for more raiders, but I think now that the board is also...
Or Sinti, yeah. That's sweet.
Let's go. Gonna flip.
Land, sadly, but you can flip the Sinti and still have 2 mana up, which is sweet stuff.
Yeah, and I think you have to... And what do you even hope for? An impulse?
I think still like a flame breather or impulse, yeah. Is just need to... Wait, this is not on Chrysalis, is it? It's not an artifact creature.
But it's colorless, Phil.
You're right. This link is maybe...
Yeah, I think... yeah. It's tough. You take out the spawns, but there's so much mana already. You can exile the bridge, but this takes offline the wildfire, but wildfire is also none of your concern right now. Because almost all basics are out anyway.
But the spawns make sense, especially if you got a vigilance attacker.
Sack the spawn, crack clue, draw card.
Yeah, I think cast from the Jund side.
This is just another storm count. Oh no, refurb costs actually mana. Not anymore. It's 1 again. So can't discard, draw.
It's also so funny. Like sometimes these breath weapons just get stuck in your hand.
But I mean, what a luxury problem to have.
Yeah, of course. But it's funny. Breath weapon, like if you play to answer the board and such, especially if you also have Krark, yeah, breath weapon can just be.
You're just gonna.
Yeah, no, this is
storm count
business and 15 life. Ha ha ha. Let's go home. Yeah. No, there is no sequence that can save.
Yeah, Jund is in safe haven right now. I mean, yeah, of course, it's the final game of the day. You're at the top table, you're enjoying your life. So I think you're still going to play that one out. But I think the odds of getting back that game are really slim.
You would enjoy your life in Leon's shoes.
Okay, yeah, I mean, Leon, yeah.
You got no board, no hand.
Drawing 1 card.
Looking at your beautiful furnaces.
Yeah, maybe you're saving yourself some emotional damage by just conceding. Because every land that you now draw is... I
mean, the thing is, you can't beat a Chrysalis. You cannot beat a Chrysalis in 4 turns, so over.
Yep. And let's see. But I want to see the Jund draws. I want to see what they draw. Cracking map. Yes. More answers to... Oh, yeah. Getting rid of the... Nice.
I love it. Okay. I love it that we see this because...
He's back.
Now the Jund hand is really useless.
I disagree. Oh, no, there was no way to cycle, right? So, but I disagree with getting rid of the Wellspring. What is he hoping to draw?
What did he do?
With the map token, he got rid of the Wellspring.
But you would need to put that in. He did put it in the grave?
Yeah, he put it in the grave.
What?
Yeah, I think that's not correct.
Why would you do that? To top deck.
No, but with the Wellspring, it would even be better.
With 8 mana, it's just a free card, right?
So I think that, but I think at this point also Michael is not playing like it's not
just going through the motions. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not even wildfiring anymore. Just
Nice.
There's the resistance.
Let's go.
There's the resistance, and it has a drum with a tongue.
Oh, now it's
And
gonna
teeth.
flip something.
It's gonna
Reveal another card. Like Michael is gonna remind him, hey Flip, please raise the storm count for me. Oh, it's gonna be a land.
and he has 2 lands in hand, and
Oh,
it's
that's
over.
so sad.
Okay, so the streak of Leon ends on the wall of Weather the Storm, Kraglan Shaman, and Writhing Chrysalis.
Yes.
And refurbs. Yes, we saw Michel with some really gutsy lines that were not punished by red, and game 2 still went to the side of mono red, and
I think like the early turns where Michael took those risks, I think it would really pay off to like just look at them again and like really think through if that was really risky or if that was just very, very calculated in a way. Like how much damage can red really do next turn, and how much do I develop, and how much that's worth, basically. You know, because I think I would have played more like conservative. I think like I wouldn't have played like the one wildfire or whatever, or like I wouldn't have. I would have gone for the refurb, for example, and the Lambas or something.
yeah.
So I think, or like even throwing the Lambas into the Krark without gaining life of it, you know?
Yeah,
That's,
to get rid of the Kasich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So incredible game. Congrats to both of them for making it to the top table of the Lega Pauper Lipsia. And
also to the absolute top of the standing. Maybe we can show it, or will you show it later?
yes, I can definitely throw that in later. We can talk about it, and I will just overlay it later.
Because we have Michel on rank 1 with a 5-0 score, and then Leon on 3 with a 4-1 score. So
Yeah.
they both, they also both settled on the top of the ranking. We also have Leonhard, who we saw on Grixis on a 5-0, so they also won their game 5. And who else did we see today? Pitt, we have on 8 with a 4-1. And I think after that, Torsten on 13 with a 3-1-1.
Yeah. So overall, when it comes to the top 8 decks, or like the from the meta share, of course, like who's at the very top? Jund and Grixis. Then
followed by Mono Red and Spy. Yeah.
Then we see Mono Red, Spy, Madness Burn.
Some more Mono Red. So wow, that's 4 burn decks in the top 8, and then Pitt rounds it out with Inside Out, and then we have Corgates and Spy on 9 and 10. Okay, yeah, so pretty familiar high tier decks, with the exception of Inside Out for sure, and then maybe with Corgates and Corgates also, Team Control, Black Sack also more of the outliers, Tron on 14. Okay, so kind of regular game day. Like, why do you think we have so much burn in the top 8 for the first time?
Yeah, that's crazy, right? I think maybe it was just well positioned. I mean, there were also some players who don't regularly show up that are playing very well, that are just picking burn right now.
Wait, I know why. Aaron wrote the article telling that they only lose to burn, but that they could play Ponza in the face of the no burn league, and people read that and preyed on him. Because Aaron, where's Aaron?
That's so mean. Why you gotta do that to Aaron?
Aaron got scouted or spied.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah. Oh, but he brought elves in the no burn meta, and people brought a lot of burn.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe also people realized that other components of the meta were lacking, and they what keeps burn in check usually? Like good solid mid-range control decks, right?
Yeah.
Some combo decks can raise burn, some combo decks can't. There is no white weenie to be seen anywhere, so that probably helps for mono red. There's no Boros decks, only some core gates. So there's not many white decks. And if there's not many white decks, then maybe you can just smash through with mono red.
Yeah, I think that was because our local meta has, or in the past, had a lot of high share of high tide. So that's
Fair.
why I think white got kind of like flushed out by that. But now we're recording this after the ban. So maybe white is making a comeback now. We'll see.
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah, it's also interesting to see now what's going to happen on the 6th game day. That's already in a couple of days. Will people bear in mind that there is a lot of burn, or will they focus still on the combo meta? Is Junt and Grixis piles now going to make the big comeback after High Tide is gone? Who knows?
See you in the next episode.
Let's find out. And what else do we have? The meta share?
Yeah,
we jumped to the top top contenders already. What do you see?
This is crazy. We have a lot of Madness burn also. Like a lot of Madness, Synth, a lot of Blue Fairies, a lot of Junt. So some previous game days didn't bring so many Junt, but now there's a lot of Junt. I think Blue Terror on par with Elves. So I think Blue Terror maybe still a little bit underrepresented.
I would say so too, yeah.
And then, of course, the usual one-offs and two-offs. Even one Cycle Storm, which you love to see. Yeah, but the largest meta share, I think, is, of course, like Burn. And then we have some, Spy combo. It can be transformative to Spy mid-range, so... it's half a mid-range deck.
Yeah, maybe mono red is also quite good against walls. I don't really know.
I think the Madness version is good against it.
Because it outgrinds it?
Yeah, because it outgrinds it and can kill very, very early.
The Red Madness.
Yeah, the Red Madness, sorry. Yeah, but...
they don't need combat, so that must suck for Spy.
And you have all the time in the world to set up, basically. Because you can deploy stuff, bring stuff into play, and then if the enemy goes for it, you can still like throw everything in the face for lethal. Like you don't even have to,
If you can on turn 4.
If you can, I guess. And you can, the very crucial creatures you can even remove if it really comes down to that.
Yeah, true. You could hold open mana and just answer Dread Return by preemptively clearing the board.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe that helps also for the red matchups. I don't know what else. Those are the main tier decks, right? High Tide is not really played this time. I think David was not here, and I don't know if Ash played.
I think Ash played High Tide. Yeah, Ash said gonna play High Tide until it's banned. So.
Okay. So yeah, they stuck to their guns, and
yes.
Now it's finally happened, and I think all the other decks are represented.
Yeah, I think sadly, Madness Burn might have been I think is a mix together of Mono Red and Rakdos. So we in the meta share we cannot distinguish that because the tool that we use spits them out only as Madness Burn.
I remember that discussion.
Yeah, which
in
is
the chat,
a little bit unfortunate, but But other than that, I think most of the tier decks are well represented. Maybe a little more Blue Terror now that it's hyped again.
Yeah, it lost a prey with High Tide, but yeah, let's see if the next iterations are gonna shape out like the overall Pauper meta, or whether we're gonna do like a little spicy Leipzig breakout. I don't know if it's combo or whatever is next. Everyone playing Boros again, some beautiful stuff.
That would be so awesome. Actually.
I would love to see that. Playing that deck or playing against that, it's just so much fun.
Any closing thoughts?
Do we have other stuff to point out at?
No, just go to Lega Pauper Lipsia.de. We have an awesome blog with awesome write-ups. We play Pauper You can follow us on our Instagram also for the latest news around the Leipzig area and the Pauper and Leipzig. You can come to our game days. I think the sign up for the next one is already full. But yeah.
Oh, and also already keep an eye up on the January and February final stage of the Lega. I mean, it's 3 more game days, but on the 24th of January is going to be the qualifier, probably streamed, and also attendable in the Libelle, I think, not confirmed yet. And on the 7th of February is the top 8 finals, which will probably also be streamed, but let's see. So yeah, after the next 3 game days, you can also already anticipate for those 2 big KO clashes.
Yes, so also leave a follow for this channel. We're also for other tournaments that we are organizing in the Leipzig area. Many of them we record and upload here. Looking forward to that.
Me too. See you then.
Bye.